Hello, welcome to the Great Mates Sports Monday Club. You join myself and Doc here. This is the channel where regular Joes sit down after the weekend sporting action and we dissect it and go through it and give our opinions on what happened, who was right, who was wrong, who was good, who was crap. If you're watching after, we'd love to hear from you. The more comments and opinion, the better. As I said, we're just two normal lads. We're going to give our tuppence worth and let's see how we go. Doc, how you keeping?
Good, no man. Did you enjoy that weekend of sport?
I did, yeah. It was good, in fairness.
Yeah, some good
couple
games.
of good games, lively enough. Maybe not spoiled for choice like we were the weekend before, but there was enough to keep a man interested, though.
World-class boxing and the Southern Hemisphere rugby to keep us interested, as well as the soccer and the athletics. But we had a few bits all the same.
Oh, we did, yeah. So we have a bit to cover this evening. We'll be going back over last week's Champions League games that involved Premiership clubs, and we'll go over the Premiership action. Great start and a great end to the weekend for Liverpool. I'm a United fan, in case you didn't know. Shane is a very happy man today. League 5 points clear at the top of the table. Liverpool find themselves, Doc. It's setting up nicely for you fuckers.
5 wins from 5. Not playing well. Watched the Everton game. Game of two halves. Not to be too cliche about it. Saw some, I suppose, bright spots for me Tuesday night against Atletico. Thought we played some lovely football again, particularly early on. More signs of that on Saturday for the first 35-40 minutes in particular. Scored 2 really good goals early.
What do you make of the argument about the injury time at the end? I see there was a lot of cribbing. I didn't see the game. I saw the highlights of it.
3 minutes was definitely short.
Yeah, they were saying it was the
but
first.
Like Everton had no shot on target after they scored the goal. So they had lots of time.
Yeah, okay.
That they made no use of.
Yeah.
It
Looked squeaky bum time there a little bit of times, Frida, but 2 early goals. Took the goals well.
Gravenberg's was
great finish.
Purchase was an amazing finish, and actually I thought Ekitike's was a really nice. His first touch was so good. It just set up the shot, and lovely striker's finish, like buried in under Pickford's legs.
I know, it was a nice finish. He's done well for you, in fairness.
He's done very well, and he looks a nice player.
Couldn't have got off to a better start, in fairness to the fucker.
I liked Bradley right back. I thought he did reasonably well, and Grealish.
Grealish was decent, I heard.
He was good, but like at the same time, like Bradley wasn't torn asunder or anything. I mean, Grealish got a lot of the ball because they play him a lot of the ball. We're still not quite there. We still don't maybe fully know what our best 11 is, and that's not a bad place to be when you're top of the league, 5 wins from 5, playing particularly well. But
no, and I've been watching.
I don't know what's coming. Like
I've been watching you there, and I'm thinking there's holes here. Like there's. You're giving up chances now. Look, not a massive amount, but there's openings there. You're on a roll there at the moment where there's almost like late lucky goals coming in. There was a couple of deflections, or there was a nice bang off Andy Robertson's heels there during the week that he tried to claim against Atletico and stuff like that. Whatever, that happens. But it's just I have that feeling that Liverpool aren't 100%. You're still winning 5 out of 5. You wonder, is there a fear that the late rally does that luck run out at some stage? But there's no one like. Are you cruising so much in the Premier League? Is it more in the Champions League where you might be punished for it? Do you know what I mean?
But even at this stage of the Champions League, that won't matter.
Like the other night,
because you've 8 games. Like all you need is 12-13 points to qualify. So Liverpool can lose a game or 2 in the Champions League and it not be the end of the world. Like.
Yeah, you're still getting
through. It's the wrong time of the season to be worried about the Champions League. Like so. No, I think they're settling in lovely. I mean, given the tragic circumstances around Jota, to see them react to that, go 5 from 5, to see them score late goals.
Yeah. But sure,
like, that says a huge amount about their mentality, about what their will to win, all of those things, the effort levels they're going right into the 97, 98, 99 minute. There's very few clubs can say that. Like,
I know. I actually flicked on. The first thing I checked the other day when I was checking your score was the timing of the goals. I couldn't believe it. 2 in the first half. I was like, whoa.
It was the same as in the Atletico match. Like we got our 2 early and still needed a late winner. Like so, we're giving up the odd few chances. But
back comes Llorente
like Wirtz didn't start, Isaac didn't start. Isaac got very few minutes. Apparently, I just read a thing that Slat said the 60 minutes in the Champions League midweek took a lot more out of him than he anticipated.
Out of who, Wirtz?
Out of Isaac.
Oh, Isaac, fair enough. What you make of
he's
Wirtz
played
so
fuck
far?
all, like.
Wirtz a bit disappointing, or you
No,
going to cut him some
well,
slack?
Look, I'm going to cut him lots of slack, and I want to judge him till the second half of the season. I've seen enough out of Wirtz to know there's a player there. Some of the positions he takes up in between the lines, some of the touches he's had, the quickness he's trying to play with a quickness that I think will really suit Liverpool. But it's going to take him time. He's 21 years of age. He's after moving country. He's gone to a new club.
Yeah.
He's new players all around him. They've been chopping and changing every day. Who's with him? It's Ekiteke, Salah, Gapco. Then you're bringing in Isaac. You're bringing in Curtis Jones, or so there's been lots of change in around. Even his midfield partners, I'd say, have rarely been the same. Szoboszlai was right back, or his midfield. McAllister was out for a game.
Was Szoboszlai back into midfield the weekend then, or what?
Yeah, Szoboszlai.
Right, how did he get on?
They played well. Like, I mean, as I said, the first 35 minutes they cut everything open. So like it could have been 3 or 4. Like at that stage, you were I was thinking, geez, this could be any score.
Yeah.
Everything got into the bit before half time, and then the second half was entirely different, and then a lot more the ball. But
some fucking record for David Moyes. Is it 18 or is it? Oh, sorry, is
No,
it
no.
20 something? Is it?
that was his record equaling 23rd visit to Anfield without a win.
Wow.
He
And
equaled Bobby Robson's record.
I'd say he'd be lucky to even have a handful of draws, like out of that.
Probably has a handful of draws.
If even, yeah.
So, like, that is, there are very few managers that are around for 23 seasons. Do you know?
Look, fair enough.
So,
yeah,
like,
true.
how many more managers don't qualify for that because they just weren't there?
Yeah, look, an encouraging signs, I suppose, to finish strong against Sheet. By all accounts, they were
I
going
was
all right
really
towards
worried
the end.
about Everton at the start of the season.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be in a relegation dogfight. I thought they might survive, but I don't see any signs of that. I think they'll be fine.
I think they're good.
I won't say they've been impressive, but they're not.
I think Moyes is too good to get relegated.
Yeah,
now.
no.
And Grealish was a masterclass, or masterstroke, sorry.
I wasn't sure it'd work
Great
out,
for
but
them.
it seems to have. But
Yeah.
can he do it over a whole season? That's fine. Does the body hold up? There's lots of things there that
It just gives him the platform that he wants to be the big fish. Do you know what I mean? So it's a great
maybe he's that
great move.
mentally he's that type of player that he prefers to be the big fish in the small
And
pond.
Everton kind of needed that guy with a bit of guile and a bit of finesse
They
and a
do,
bit
and
of a
they
brain,
need-
like up, for attacking in an attacking sense.
And he's holding the ball up for him, but they need someone the fans can get behind to.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, they've
particularly
taken
in the
him
new
for sure.
stadium, like. So no, I'm very happy with the result. I was reasonably happy with the performance. Everton scored a really good goal. Nice finish. But they didn't hugely threaten for me after that.
It was
I
a great
wasn't
finish.
sitting there with my head behind my hands going, oh fuck, we're bollocks here.
Yeah.
Thought we might nick a third as they pushed on, but that didn't happen. But some days you just have to take the wins. Like, and
Oh, sure. Look, I mean, it's a derby, so you're
it's
going
a
to take
derby,
the win
you'd
and get out of
expect
there.
it, like any win is a good win. Like, but I've
And those
seen,
early morning kickoffs, then sometimes are,
And look, the other thing is second half. They played Wednesday night. You're out early Saturday morning. There's bound to be a bit of tiredness in the legs. So
what night were you out in the? You're out
Wednesday
Tuesday,
night.
or was it Wednesday or Tuesday?
Wednesday.
No. All right.
So
It was Arsenal were out on the
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
we'll touch on Arsenal in a while. Anyone watching? I'd love to hear your opinions on the Liverpool onslaught towards the title. Already 5 games in. What do you make of Wirtz? A lot of money for a guy who's looked a bit average so far.
I
but
think that's very harsh, lads. Just give him a bit of time, will you? Just relax.
just stirring that pot here.
No, if he was back for United, I'd be saying the same thing. But,
Yeah, of course, sure.
but that's the difference there, and I think you saw this with Nunes as well. There is no pressure from Liverpool fans on Wirtz. No Liverpool fan is going, oh fuck, he's useless, or they'll give him time to settle in.
But look, it would be the same. Like,
Even though he's a £100 million player,
yeah.
he'll get till the new year. I wouldn't judge him in anything till after Christmas.
Right. Look, to be fair, I think most clubs would be patient with their own players. It's usually other players in media are throwing the shit at them to try and get a bit of drama going. So moving on. So anything else on the Liverpool-Everton game you want to touch on, or
No, I don't think so.
any other stories out of that
Relatively
game?
happy. There wasn't really. There was the booking at the end for your man taking the quick free kick, but like he got warned earlier. Now, whether he should be getting warned and he should be getting a booking for trying to speed the
Yeah.
game up. I wouldn't agree with that. But when you get a warning you have to play the referee, and when you get your warning. So I thought that warning from Everton was a bit shallow.
Yeah, sure. There was some stat up that only 4 games since 2022 or something have had less than 4 minutes of injury time, and this was one of them.
There was a good few subs. I thought 3 minutes was very, very light. But like, I to be fair, I don't think this 98, 99, 100 minutes, unless there's an injury, is fair to players either. 90 minutes is a long time to be playing, with the amount of games that players are having to be asked to be played at the moment.
Especially midweek games coming into
I don't get this 7, 8, 9 minutes added on unless there's been a significant injury. I think that's got to go. Like, that's 10% extra of your time at the end of a game. That's where you're going to pick up injuries. So from a player welfare perspective, unless there's an injury, I think 3 or 4 minutes injury time is plenty.
Yeah. I suppose, look, they're trying to rule out
unless we're losing.
Lads pulling the piss time
with 8 or 9 minutes and we'll score that winner.
But in most games now, you're looking at 7 or 8 minutes, isn't it? You don't actually even bat an eyelid now when you see a 9.
No, if you go back, you go back to the 2000s or the 90s, you'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 minutes in any game. Like.
Oh yeah, and even in a 3 or 4 goal thriller.
Yeah. So I don't get this 98, 99 minutes if there's been no injury. And how often do you see a player down injured getting treatment now for an extensive period of time? You don't see it.
I was watching one of the games the weekend there, and a lad, I cannot for life of me remember it, but I mean, no, he barely a forearm happened to glance by him. Like, there was no actual trauma or force. It was literally just a small glance, and down he goes, rolling around in tatters. And like, the ref is there, and they're bringing on I suppose that's what the extra time is for. It's outrageous.
I know,
they're trying to end fuckers like that, destroying it.
And managers being cute and making late subs and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to add on some bit, but at the same time, we were adding 10% onto the end of the game. I think that's a bit much.
And while you're on Liverpool, what you make of the ex-manager floating it out there that he wants to come back to the Premier League, the mighty Rafa Benitez?
For ages. He did a Stick to Football podcast last year, and it was like a Rafa Benitez advertising fucking segment.
Go away. Okay.
It was basically, here's what I've done, and look how great I was. And he was a great manager, don't get me wrong, and here's my record. And it was a plea to come and get me.
Is he kind of approaching Joe? Now, we'll get on to Jose later. The man just seems to fall into jobs, but is Rafa approaching that stage where it's a bit of a gamble? Is he not a kind of a step backwards?
He was never a manager's manager.
When I say a step backwards, I mean a step back in time to a different form of management.
But yes and no. Yeah, I think tactically he'd be brilliant, but for me, you'd almost want someone with him who could manage the players. Like, he was known for being cold back at the time when players had no power.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that'll work in today's world.
Yeah.
I just don't
Depends on the club, I suppose.
Depends on the club, depends on the project. Is he going to get a top job? No. Would you take a chance on him if you were a relegation fodder? You could do a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. We'll get on to West Ham in a while now too.
I mean, at least you're going to be organised defensively.
Yeah,
for any chance Ireland to go and get him, no?
Well, you know what? If he came in and shored up the ship a bit.
But if he shored up the defence and got him playing to a system,
yeah.
And you have someone like John O'Shea with him to manage the players, that could be we won't be able to pay him a tenth of what he wants, but
yeah.
We'll give you 400,000 a year, Rafa, but I know you're looking for 4 million. But if we get to the World Cup, we'll give you a bonus of another 400,000.
400,000.
I don't think that's going to work.
And the use of a mobile home you've your choice of the west or the east coast mobile home usage for a year as well.
2-bed, no, not the 3-bed ones.
Oh, let's not get fucking crazy. Tis only the fucking Irish job he's getting. Moving on, so next we have Brighton and Spurs. That was an interesting one. Brighton got off to a whirlwind start.
I didn't see all of this, but I saw some of the second half.
2 up,
and Spurs really thundered back into the game. Got the first goal to come back to 2-1, forced the leveller to an OG, but it was good Spurs play. Spurs were completely on top at that stage. To me, in any other season, as long as I'm watching Spurs, this is a game they lost 3-1, and they get the draw 2-2.
Do you know what? We there a couple of weeks back, we kind of sat there almost half laughing, slating Spurs over the Bournemouth game, where Bournemouth basically beat them 1-0, but it could have been 6. And we all kind of thought, that's kind of the Spurs that I'm used to. But I think, to be fair to Frank and Spurs, there's a bit of fucking menace in that back four, bit of menace in midfield, but there's obviously a bit of fight instilled in them now. But like, I suppose the point I'm getting at, that Bournemouth game now looks like that was the fucking odd one. The rest of their games, the performances have been brilliant.
It does, and the other
No, I know they went 2-0 down the weekend, but to fight back.
But I really do.
Richarlison did his best to miss the fucking one.
He did, but looking back at the Bournemouth game, Iriola came up with a brilliant game plan to nullify Spurs and that.
I think he's brilliant. Yeah.
What they did was they never pressed the centre halves, but every time the ball went wide, they pressed the two full backs. So if you look at the tackle stats from the match, there's something like 3 tackles in the middle of the field, and then it's just a sea of tackles out at the 2 wings, right?
Yeah. They were waiting for him.
They were waiting for him.
Yeah.
But to be able to come up with that game plan, train that in 2 or 3 days, and executed from Bournemouth was absolutely top notch.
I think he's just unbelievable. Iriola, I think he's just.
But how Spurs have responded to that since that day, from me, has been really impressive, and that's down to Thomas Frank in my book.
Yeah.
And even to come back into that game against probably a bit of a hangover post-Champions League, good time to get him for Brighton. And typical Brighton, they just seem to give up leads like no other team
very
around
bad.
at the moment.
Very
bad
and they,
to give up.
And
they
miss some amount of goals.
Remind me of watching Liverpool 6 or 7 years ago under Klopp, where they could be 3-0 up and you weren't confident they were going to win the match.
I mean, you know they're going to be okay because they'll get enough points. There's no fear of them, I think, in terms of relegation or relegation battle even. I think they'll be mid-table comfortably, maybe 12, 13.
Oh no, 100%.
But the amount of points they cough up,
it's unbelievable.
And the amount of goals
for a
they
team
miss.
that has, now look, they have an awful lot of young fellas. They're a young team, they're learning, but they just seem to give up soft goals at the end of games.
I mean, you get after 2 goals start there, you're thinking we're laughing here.
Yeah, no, but I give lots of credit to Tottenham in saying that as well.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
a point one. I'm not saying they're title contenders, but they're definitely top 4 contenders.
I think so. They're proven to be fierce solid, like.
They're real threat now from free kicks and corner kicks and stuff like that.
And even the likes of a Richardson's like a fucking man reborn.
He's like a new man.
You know. So it just goes to show a proper
and they
man
could
manager,
strengthen again in January. Yeah. You know, if they could buy 1 or 2 more.
Well, when you consider the signings they missed out on in the summer, like
100%.
they wanted big names, like they wanted Eze, they were going all out for him. Savinho was another one.
They wanted Gibbs White.
That's right, yeah.
Where they kind of talked they were going in for Mbuemo as well, and then it became clear that he wanted to go to United. Yeah. So they missed out on a few, like.
Well, they obviously have money to spend too.
They have money to spend, I'd say.
So if they do well up until January, and
they could reinforce. You'd expect them to qualify as well in the Champions League.
You can't but be attracted to the club if you see what Frank is doing. Now, obviously, it's early days. We're 5 games in.
But he's a very likeable manager.
He is, and he clearly knows what he's doing.
And he has a bit of moral fortitude put into them, is what I describe it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I look at the likes of Romero back there, and these boys they're you're not going to get it too easy off them anymore, which is what you always wanted.
This might be controversial, but I think Mickey van der Ven is the long-term successor to Kite. I think he's the potential to be that good. He's fast. He's good on the
Kite
to Van Dijk. To Van Dijk.
Jesus Christ!
There's very few would be the successor to Dirk Kite.
I was thinking, where is he going with this?
Centre half. I think he's
he's
really promising player. I really like his style. He's calm. He's collected. He's got great feet.
He's got the whole
he
package.
Can score a goal. He's lightning quick.
Yeah, and he's got that.
He mightn't be that big physical presence Van Dijk is, but I'd love to see him now in beside a kind of a rugged centre half. I think he could be your Rio to your Vidic, or your
he's
Alan
tough enough
Hansen
himself too.
Type. Van Dijk has it all, but he's someone I wouldn't mind seeing Liverpool sign in 2 or 3 years' time. Now I have to say, if he continues to develop the way he's currently playing,
he's kind of approaching territory where no money is going to buy him now. Do you know what I mean?
But they can always be bought, or the contract can run down, or you know what I mean. Like that's wouldn't put me off now. But I think he'll be a top player. Yeah.
If you're watching at home, send in a comment and know what you think. Grab yourself a beer, folks, for God's sake. It's the Monday Club here after all.
Most importantly, hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and that'd be mighty. What's next, Clive?
Keep the comments coming in there if you disagree or agree, if you have anything else to say about the games we've covered so far. We're going to move on, Shane, to an exciting one. Burnley 1, Notts Forest 1. This one had a bit of everything. Kitchen sinks and the whole fucking lot for a finish.
What's the keeper's name? The Burnley keeper, Dubravka, is it? He made 7 or 8. I won't say top. Some of them were great saves, but 7 or 8 saves. Thought Forest played some nice football in this. I thought there were signs.
Scored early, like
Ange Ball coming to the fore.
Well, in fairness, like even like I'm not saying regardless of Ange, but like this is a Forest team that came 5th or 6th last season, so they're not dirt.
They were very pragmatic though on how they played last year. And you can definitely see them trying to be more expensive and passing the ball around and pressing higher and all that kind of stuff. Burnley have proven to be very solid so far better than I think any pundit was giving them credit for.
They have a fight in them that I didn't think they'd have.
Correct.
I thought they'd come and try and play a bit of football and just get annihilated, but they actually have a nice bit of a mix of needle and
real physical side.
Burnley missed a fair whack of chances too in that game. I know Forest did, but Burnley had some great chances.
And like in fairness to Burnley, now they've given United a game, they've given Liverpool a game, they drew with Forest. That's and they've had their win. Was it, who did they beat? Was Sunderland was their one win they have? Was it? Sunderland, I think. Anyway,
I'm not sure if they beat them.
They definitely
another team that's flying since they came up.
So yeah, the promoted sides are doing really well.
They're looking decent.
And Burnley, how long they can keep that going is a different question, and you often see that with the promoted sides. But they look organised. They look well drilled. They've got some nice players. Their keeper's very good.
They're not bad.
I'm not saying they will definitely stay up, but they have a chance.
Look, we were, as a United fan, we were blessed to beat them. Like, we went up, they came back. I thought we've fucked this away. Very lucky penalty at the end, down to a silly decision over one of their defenders.
And Liverpool were blessed to beat them. Like they did everything in that game, bar get a result.
And their games, you would expect probably Burnley to get nothing from, but it doesn't tell the story.
It doesn't tell the story.
No, they're solid, and you know the relegation battle is going to be an absolute dogfight this year. Like, so 5 games in, you usually got one you're thinking they're fucked.
Well, no, Wolves are gone.
Wolves, I think,
Wolves are gone. West Ham are gone if they don't change their manager, but they're going to change their manager, and you'd have to see what happens then. But they're a poor squad, and I think they're the second favourites to go down.
It's interesting you bring them up, Shane. Next on the list we have West Ham at home 1, Crystal Palace 2.
Yeah, again, another poor result at home. Palace doing Palace things. Mateta scores again. Palace are just like
corner kicks, isn't it, again for West Ham? I think is that 8 corner kicks they've conceded from or something. Is that this season like 8 or something already?
Yeah,
something
ridiculous.
Now West Ham got their goal from a header or corner kick as well, but
Bowen with a nice finish actually, and he's their bright spark. But
can they keep him for the end of the season?
Palace, they keep getting results. They keep getting wins
Palace,
or draws.
Unreal.
It's their 17th game in the Premier League in a row, unbeaten.
That's that's an unbelievable stat.
It's an unbelievable stat.
To consider that includes, obviously, but must include the FA Cup, is it, or just Premier League?
No, that's just Premier League.
Wow.
That's an unbelievable run of form for what we would consider a mid-table side.
Yeah, and a team that's had players ripped away in the transfer window.
Players ripped away and had the upset of the Guhi thing. Again,
that's Gahey for all the rest of us. Shane calls him Gooey.
Glasner is doing serious stuff.
Glasner is class.
There is talks linking him with United if Amarin goes, given that he plays the same system. Wouldn't blame any
I think it's
team out there for looking at.
I think it's
Glasner looking at an Areola. I think those two managers will not be at those two clubs this time next year.
I think Areola, Frank, Glasner are just top class.
Frank has got his move. But
Frank's got his move, but what those lads have done is just unreal.
And I'm not talking a move now to a mid-table. Like, they're in line for top 4, top 5 job. Like.
Yeah, and people have made the comparison with Glasner and Amorim in terms of formation. You know, how come one fella can get it to work and the other can't? But one thing I'll say in fairness to Glasner's team that start, he's got 2 absolute dogs there in the middle in Hughes and Wharton. I think Wharton may have been out injured now, was he, the other day? I'm not sure, but Like, those guys are just warriors. Like, and in that formation, I think it's vital that you've got two guys who are like Energizer bunnies who will just kill and dominate that area of the
But
pitch,
the other thing
and nothing gets past
for
them.
me, though,
Whereas
like,
United, we don't have it.
and forget about United, but for me, the type of player that Palace seem to sign is you have to be almost an athlete first and a footballer second.
True, yeah.
They sign big physical players that can get up and down the pitch, that have real engines, that have a real bite and physicality about them, and then they fit them into the system that they have in the club. And they seem to have a recruitment policy of going for fellas of a certain stature, a certain size, a certain physique, certain power. That's what sticks out to me.
Look, they've been unreal.
They all work. There's no prima donnas there. They all work their asses off. They've been unbelievable, and another good result for them. But no surprise to see West Ham beat.
Yeah. Surely the end of Potter must be near.
You'd have to think he may be there. If he's
I
there
would've
for
thought-
another 2 games, it's only because they're waiting for signature.
When's the next international break?
It was 1 October,
Yeah,
so
I'd say he'd be gone by then.
there's talks of
And he can't blame anyone.
but
they've
there's,
been diabolical.
there's 3 potential managers been linked with him. Nuno,
Who I would snap your arm at. I think he'd be a perfect fit there.
Bilic, who's been there before.
He's been there before, but I think Nuno. And who was the other one?
Who was the third one I said? Nuno, Bilic.
Sam Allardyce, I suppose.
No, it wasn't. It was someone else. No. Right, I can't think.
But
I think either of those would be
yeah, I
good
think-
fit, but I'd be going Nuno all day.
Yeah.
And with Nuno's links to George Mendes, you're getting the added bonus of the fact that he may be able to bring in a player or two in January that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. I think it's a
huge.
no-brainer.
He's huge, yeah. And I mean, he's obviously a brilliant manager. What he did.
No,
at
whether he
Forest.
wants to go there is another thing entirely. Like, it's a fairly threadbare squad.
It is, but
They
it's a
don't have a
cracking.
lot of quality.
It's a great
Do
stadium,
you
a great
really want
fan
to
base.
take it on?
Yeah, but you
You
know
go
what?
from Champions League football last year to fighting relegation. I think Nuno could bide his time and get better offers than West Ham now. I genuinely do. Like,
But when Nuno went into Notts Forest, it would have arguably.
oh, sorry, Gary O'Neill was the other player, the ex-Wolves manager.
But say when Nuno went into Forest, it would have arguably been in the same sort of position. Or people would have been going, "What the fuck are you going to Forest for?" Like, do you know? I know
they
that.
had survived. Like,
I know they'd
you're
spent money,
you're
but
a club that's going down. Like, Forest had a huge squad. West Ham don't. They don't have a lot of quality. If I was in Nuno's position, I might give this one a skip.
with an eye on what gig da.
Whatever
Who-
comes
who
up.
else- who else could be in trouble?
There's one thing for sure in football.
Wolves.
There's got to be a fucking different position opens up in a month's time.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Well-
wait all that long.
Well, the only thing is, you could go to Wolves. West Ham will have more
You
money.
could get the United job.
West
West Ham
Ham-
on 3 or 4 weeks.
West Ham will have more money than. Look, hold on a second. Whoa. Hold on. I'm hearing all this abuse. We won the weekend.
That changes nothing.
We'll get onto
anyway,
it.
we'll get there.
Next, going on to speaking of managers under pressure, Wolves at home losing 3-1 to their relegation. What you would have considered the relegation rivals. Leeds.
All I can say is, it's going to be a day when your Leeds, when Calvin Lewin scores.
Calvert-Lewin scores. A
That's
beaut-
one of those pigs can fly.
little beautiful
blue
lobbing
moons,
header.
Absolute peach of a header.
Yeah.
But not the best goal of the day. The best goal of the weekend. The
Was
best
to
goal of
come-
the month.
No, it was. Hold on a second. Hold on. Go back. Wolves took the lead in this game. Wolves are looking
Wolves
good.
took the lead, and
Wolves
then
are
Leeds scored 3.
Yeah, but Wolves are looking pretty decent, and then Lewin sticks the header. You're thinking, right, 1-1, and then up steps Mr. fucking Stack with an absolute thunderbastard of a free kick into the top corner. That was unreal.
The power in it, like,
Yeah.
he went the near side for the goalie,
It was
and
unreal.
the goalie didn't move. It was absolute rocket.
My goal of the weekend, anyway.
Definitely goal of the weekend. That and Szoboszlai now will be some fair, even voting, I'd say.
Oh, yeah. Please, yeah, that'll make goal of the
I
month
think
fucking interesting.
Szoboszlai is slightly tougher, it's that bit farther out. But
yeah, he curls it into the
Yeah.
But no, in fairness, I'm not taking anything away from Stack.
No,
that
absolute
was
peach.
just
worthy of winning any game. And then to get was it an OG then for the third one, I think, was it, if I can remember correctly? Oh no, cool.
Who got the third? No,
I'm trying to think now myself.
but fucking Wolves are piss poor. Now Wolves did have a few other chances.
Sorry, Okafor got the third. It wasn't OG, yeah. So, but Wolves Leeds are their victory, and again another promoted side that's doing reasonably okay.
But like we've been saying it now for a while, like if you're the Wolves hierarchy, how on earth can you justify selling the best you have every year without fail, and then sometimes you don't only sell the 2 or 3 best you have, but you sell 2 or 3 more on top of them. Like you're gutting your
Brighton
team.
do it.
Yeah, but
And
Brighton.
they've made it work.
Yeah, but I don't think they're stupid enough to sell maybe 3, 4 lads.
No, they wouldn't sell them all together.
Wolves are just, they've got away with it. They got away with it last year, and they went and did it again this summer. And you're just kind of looking at them going, Jesus, do you realise how lucky you were?
But look, that's all built into their business plan. Like they're they know they'll probably go down at some point, and maybe they're ready to go down and rebuild and come back.
It's a shame
up.
because they had a nice team there for a while, and I'd hate to see them go down.
I'd love to see Sunderland and Leeds stay up, given that they are what I would consider Premier League teams in Premier League locations with Premier League stadiums. I think that the Premier League needs that. It needs clubs of that stature with that history, and those locations need a Premier League side in their town too. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. Look, as a United fan,
too many in around London clubs now for my liking. So
as a United fan, I have no real affection for Leeds, but at the same time, I'd rather see them in the Premier League because Ellen Road and whatever, it's a big club with a big history. It brings a lot to the division.
Their hatred of United would have attracted me to them anyway, but also the all Irish players that used to be there, going back to Giles, Dave O'Leary, Ian Hart, Kelly, Robbie Keane, so there's always been a bit of a link there. I've always kept an eye on him. Like,
watch that right hook out of Giles.
Yeah,
exactly. A killer by just ask Keegan.
So,
but and I agree. Sunderland as well. You're well up north England there. That area needs Premiership football. And the interest it'll generate.
And
the place to be hopping on match
Sunderland and Newcastle. That alone is worthy of Premier League status.
And we'll get on to Sunderland soon enough, but they've another surprise package in fairness. So next up then we had the 5:30 kickoff. United 2, Chelsea 1. Did you see any of this, Doc?
I saw enough of it.
I saw all of it. So United started very well. 5 minutes in, the ball goes over the top, a flick on from Sesko. Mbuemo flicks it by. It was kind of one of those, is your defender going to get back, isn't he not? I think the goalie left the ref with no choice really. And so sent off, and then you're kind of, Chelsea go back to the wall straight away. Maresca rings in the changes. You don't often see it. I think he made 3 subs within 5 minutes that early in the game. I think that could be a record actually. I was reading somewhere too for the amount of subs used so quick. And United eventually, as you would expect, against 10 men, kind of took over, got 2 goals. Then up steps Casemiro on a yellow, and I just look. Some lads will say it's harsh. I get where they're coming from. It looks like he made he actually makes a really nice tackle, but it's what he does before. He puts the arms around your man. He's going through on a counter attack. He kind of knows what he's doing. He spins around and makes that silly tackle. Although it looked like a clean tackle, but it was what he did before. I think it's left the ref, and then sure you get the Chelsea boys with the arms up roaring, the crowd are roaring. You're on a yellow. It's a miserable night in Manchester. It was absolutely pissing out of the heavens. So Casemiro goes. As soon as it happened, I said, bollocks. I said, that's it. What the fuck happened? Wait and see. And it turned into, to be honest, an absolute just mudfest and just a dogfight. And Chelsea then took over possession, which that really annoyed me. I was expecting a bit better out of United, even because it was 10v10 at the end of the day. It isn't like you're handing Chelsea that numerical advantage here, but Chelsea completely, I think to the stage where it was 80% possession, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? United couldn't keep the ball. Ugarte came on, and I just think the poor lad, what has happened to him? He is absolutely stink at the moment. Anyway, he's been horrific for the last 2 months. Horrific. What happened at the start of pre-season, he was looking brilliant, and then by the end of pre-season he was looking awful, and he's just continued it in the form into this season. So he comes on, he doesn't get a hold of the game. Bruno, for all the abuse he gets, Bruno absolutely worked his whole off. I'll give him credit for that. He bust the gut. You can't really ask much more of a lad than that. He was involved in everything that did well. He got his goal. I would have liked to have seen some little bit of control. Having said that, we could have got chances. The game got a bit stretched. Chelsea got a goal through Chalobah header. And then a squeaky bum timed in for whatever was left at that stage, 15 minutes. And I was sitting at home going, wait for it. Here it fucking comes. They're going to equalise. But look, United held out. We had chances to maybe get a third. Chelsea had chances definitely to get the equaliser. Delighted to get the 3 points. Not necessarily delighted with the performance. Casemiro on another day, a ref gives that free and says play on, that would have kept us 2-0 up at going in just before half time. You're cruising. But it changed the game, and we just about held on. So I'll take the fucking 3 points, move on, and
look,
it wasn't brilliant, but I'll take it.
I'll give you my tuppence halfpenny on it, and I wouldn't be reading a huge amount into it. Very weird game. Would have sent it off so early, and then some of the changes from Maresca were very strange. The Paul Palmer one was very strange.
He was injured.
I think it was confirmed. No, he was injured before he was started. Why is he starting if he's fucking injured?
Oh, I don't know.
There's something weird going on there with Palmer. I'm not sure Palmer has the intelligence to be a top level footballer. He's absolutely all the skills. I'm just not sure he's. I think there's a bit of a Rashford mentality in that fella.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to be insulting the fella.
No, and I might be entirely wrong here. He just doesn't fill me with confidence. He's not someone I'd want to build my team around. I'm not sure he'd make the Klopp's no assault policy.
I don't
that's
know
my view.
I don't know enough about him.
I know nothing about him. That's just the vibe I get.
Yeah.
It just doesn't come across well to me. But in saying all of that,
he's talented, though. He's definitely
United
talented.
are going to get their win. They're 2-0 up. You're against 10 men. It's pissing fucking rain. It's absolutely diabolical weather. And to me, Casemiro took his opportunity to get the fuck off the pitch. And
get out of the rain.
He wanted out of the fucking misery. And I think he absolutely knew exactly what he was doing. And once he got his first yellow, he went, yeah, we're 2-0 up. We're against 10 men here. I'm okay. I'm going for the fucking showers. I'm frozen.
My gloves are all wet.
And I think he.
I don't think he was wearing gloves. I'm not sure if he was. Maybe
think
he was.
Looked for fucking out.
Look. To be fair,
he gave the ref a decision to make.
At the time, I said
it's a yellow all day for me. Is it a fucking harsh one? No. When you were on a yellow card, you can't do stupid shit like that.
I thought it was silly.
He could have, and I fully expected was going to cost United the result, particularly when they got back to 1-1 with 15 minutes to go. Fair play to United for hauling them out. Nothing has changed. None of the questions have gone away. Fair enough, Bruno put it in. But United have put in performances over the last 2 or 3 managers. You're capable of putting in a performance on a given day.
The problem is... Well, I tell you a stat that's going to blow your brain.
No, well, I'll tell you one that's going to blow your brain. Is you have not had 2 wins in a month.
Oh, we haven't had 2 wins back-to-back in the Premier League since
not back-to-back.
In
a month.
But you're out of all competition.
2 wins in a month
bar the FA
since
Cup.
Amarin started. You haven't had 2 wins in a month.
But you're only playing once a
week.
Not
back-to-back. None of that. That poor fucker that said he's not getting a haircut until United win 5 league games in a row. He's never getting a haircut again.
The United strain.
Like he looks absolutely insane at this stage.
Class.
So all of the questions are still there for me. Maybe Amarin can turn it around. I actually think the guy has management potential. I'm just not sure it'll be with United.
Yeah, I thought it started well.
No, you played okay.
They were playing well, and then obviously Chelsea going down changes the game, and then having to make all the changes, he takes off most of his attacking threats. But yeah, look. It's hard to tell. A game like that just becomes a mess after 5 minutes.
And even the weather made not the same for both teams, but it was horrendous. There was
actually one stage there I thought the game may be called off.
Oh yeah,
the ball was actually starting to stop as it rolled across the surface.
It was particularly. It's a while since I've seen a game of football played in its conditions as bad.
You take the 3 points and you get the fuck out of there.
You take the 3 points and you run. And look, we're saying it about Liverpool. It's all about winning, lads. That's what it's about. It's not about playing well. It's about getting results.
We're 3 points behind Arsenal.
You're on the same points as City.
There you go. What I was going to say, shall we leave it at that for United?
And I don't think City are out of the title race, so I can't say United are out of the title race. But you're out of the title race.
Oh my God, we're still in there. We're still in it. So you're saying there's a
mathematically there's a chance. There is a chance.
Liverpool 5 ahead. It's a lot already so soon, so early in the season. Would love to hear any Chelsea fans' opinions as to what you made of the game. United fans too. You might completely disagree with me and Casemiro. I thought it was silly. I thought it was daft. There was no need.
You can take your Club World Cup now and shove it where the sun don't shine. I'll put any faith into that.
Oh no.
Chelsea will not win a major trophy with that goalie. That goalie is a liability. He's prone to the huge mistake. And you just can't have it if you're going to be a title contender or a Champions League winner.
He can make great saves, but
100%.
I know what you're saying.
You're just waiting for it.
There's a mistake in
You're
him.
waiting for the stupidity. You're waiting for the rush of blood to the head. It happens time and time again.
He's not quite on Onana level.
No, oh God, no, I'm not saying that.
We're not talking about.
But I'm talking the 2 mistakes or 3 mistakes a year that are going to cost you in the biggest competitions.
Yeah. Hard to know whether he was right to come out from Bournemouth on the other day. You know what I mean? You make that call as a goalie. Sometimes it works out. You jump up and get the head.
I wouldn't be overly harsh in the call, but I'd be harsh in the tackle when you get caught.
Well, when he saw the 2 defenders sprinting with him, he probably should have just got out of the way and let him, take the kick, take the hit in the chin. If it goes in for a goal, right, I fucked up, but at least we're still in the game. Right, moving on. We have Fulham at home to Brentford. Fulham are suddenly becoming another one of these clubs.
Yeah, really
are
good
incredibly
season last
solid,
year.
can get goals, and are really well managed as well. Another great manager in Silva.
And with the squad he has, like I think they might have signed 1 or 2 on deadline day, but they had no signings up to that. So small squad. I think they had their best year ever last year in the Premier League. Best points total.
Played some great stuff.
Played some really good football, and they have players that really seem to suit the club. And the one that I'd pick out there most of all is Iwobi. He just seems to play really well for Fulham and really suits the position they have him in. And he's a danger every time he plays for them down that left-hand side.
And Brentford took the lead in this one.
Brentford took the lead.
Howler of a pass out from one of the midfielders, I think it was, and intercepted by Damsgaard, was it? No, he stuck it away nicely in the corner.
Nice finish.
But Fulham came rolling back. Iwobi took the goal well.
Really well. And Harry Wilson's
goal,
fire.
Harry Wilson's goal was a thing of beauty.
Absolute class.
Now, the football leading up to it, and then Iwobi puts that killer pass through.
Yeah.
No touch, little finesse finish into the bottom corner. That was just a beauty.
That's proper football, like
beauty.
And I think the 2 of them have been outstanding. Josh King has been really good for them. You've got what's your man from Arsenal? Oh, he came on actually. He didn't start. Smith Rowe.
Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yeah.
They have a nice team. They're a bit threadbare. Their first 11 is very good. They get an injury or 2, they could fall back a little bit.
But it shows
they're going to be comfortably top 11, top 12. They could break into 8 or 9.
Yeah, you wouldn't put it past them. Yeah,
7 or 8.
Like they spent decent money on Smith Rowe, and he can't even make the team at the moment. You know?
Yeah.
It is a great sign. Like.
So they impress me. Their manager impresses me. The style of football is entertaining.
Yeah,
they're a team you'd nearly always go and watch the highlights of their game because you know you're going to see some good passages of play.
Do you
really good
like
Brentford's away form?
Do you like myself? Fear for Brentford, fear for Keith Andrews. Possibly?
Well, they're going to be in a dogfight, but their home form is so good. Like they've looked really good at home, and then they've looked absolutely dreadful away. So that'll even out over time.
But that's the way they've always been.
That's the way they've always been,
even with Frank.
That's the way they've always been. So I've seen some stuff that I like from them. And then you have the likes of that performance at the weekend where they go out kind of very meekly. I think we need to see another 5, 6, 7 games out of Brentford before we know. But there's a dogfight for the last 3 positions. What you could have is 2 teams completely out of it. Yeah. And 4 and 5 teams.
Oh, Jesus, you'll have at least that. And
kind of 10 points, 15 points clear of the other 2. And fighting amongst each other.
But the scary thing is you could have 4 or 5 good teams there being dragged in because everybody's so decent now down towards the bottom.
And 2 wins back to back could get you out of it. Like it's that kind of a situation. Like
it could get that tight that 1 win could catapult you up.
I think that's going to be up and down all season, and I don't think you'll know really where you stand until Christmas.
Even in United's game against Fulham, like first 10 minutes I thought United looked like prime Johan Cruyff fucking Barcelona here. I was thinking, wow, this is a continuation of the Arsenal game. I said, brilliant. Jeez, this is fucking working great. Fair play, Amorim. 10 minutes go, no, Fulham take over. And Fulham were brilliant for the rest of the game. And United couldn't get control of the game after that 10-15 minutes. But no, Fulham are solid out.
Yeah, like watching them.
Like the manager.
I
think the manager was probably messed around with a couple of different clubs over the years, but great to see him. He's thriving there. We move on to the next one. A manager that I think is probably amongst the best in it. Actually, 2 managers. Turned out to be an in-little Bourfest stock. We've got Bournemouth versus Newcastle here. Newcastle, in fairness, I know the new striker's in, but...
Yeah, Bournemouth probably were the better side here. Newcastle had no shot on target in the second half. reasonably good first half. Both had some chances. Two of the hardest working sides in the Premier League. Two
Newcastle
of the most
had
physical
that
sides in the Premier
mammoth game
League.
during the week where I thought
With
they
Barca,
were fierce.
like
unlucky.
what energy did they lose? And like they just didn't have the quality to punish Barca when they were on top, and then you get caught with two sucker punches.
Yeah,
and
like
that's Champions League
Newcastle
football.
had them under pressure. Yeah,
They had, and their pressing was unreal. But you can play like that in one-off games, but you cannot play like that for a season because it's going to kill you in terms of what the emotional energy it takes out of you.
As well, sure. You dog lads and injuries, sure,
and injuries as well. So, like that's where I'd fear for Newcastle in those big European nights that it's going to drain them.
Yeah,
and they don't have the squad for that.
That level of pressing, that they do. It's where
but yet again, they still got a result at Bournemouth, which is.
Away to Bournemouth,
it's not a bad point.
Bournemouth, I think, had a goal disallowed. I think your man was like the width of a sock offside or something.
Yeah.
That offside rule, I don't know.
It needs tidying up for me.
Yeah,
I liked the old rule of the daylight.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I mean, if I'm in line with a fella's fucking fingertip or sock or knee, it's like, would you piss off? And that's it. There should have to be a gap.
There should have to be a gap.
There should have to be a gap between the centre of my hips and the centre of your hips or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that daylight rule is brilliant.
Oh, tis a killer because you strikers there, and like who knows if your man presses the button out or no? Do you know what I mean? That's split second.
There was even one. Was it Bruno? Was it Bruno's goal where he was played onside, but it was like the Chelsea's. He looked off.
Yes.
Body
you're right. Yeah.
But his leg was stuck back. Was kind of stuck back here like that, and the body was ahead of him this side. I was certain he was off.
I think it was a Chelsea player's foot or his toes or something.
And even that just seemed wrong.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I think it's a fucking miss. The handball rule is a miss, and the offsides are a miss. And it's not. It wouldn't take a massive amount to fix that.
The only thing I like about the offside now is there's absolute clarity in terms of they pick their lines and there's no fuck it that he should have been onside and that was a goal so that's good, right? But the rule itself, I'd like to see to be a little bit more towards the attacking player.
Yeah, there's some amount of goals chalked off. When you're talking literally the width of a beer mat, you're like, Jesus Christ, lads. Do you know, is that what we've come to?
It's nearly too precise. Like.
Yeah. I know they're trying to make it as accurate as they can, but still.
And for all those clubs out there who are going through bad spells with their manager, when Iriola started with Bournemouth, they lost their first 9 games.
Go away to fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they won 5 of their next 6. Now, he had a really tough fixture schedule and they were kind of unlucky in a few matches, but they lost their first 9 matches they're beaten. Yeah. So it just goes to show, give these guys who have the right ideas time. But I think he'll be gone from them possibly before the end of the season. Like the club Bournemouth is so small, the capacity of their stadium is less than 11,400,
which is unreal.
Like it's
just
a
Premier League club, but
it's not sustainable that they're going to be able to keep Semenyo and Brooks.
I think myself
these really top quality players, Evan Nielsen, and
I can't see him walking out in Bournemouth mid-season. I can't. I don't think he's the type.
But sure, what'll happen is a club will come and they'll go to Bournemouth and they'll say, we want to talk to him and here's fucking 20 million quid. And they're so fucking small, Clive. They have to take it because they know he's going to go at some stage. So they'll get paid off for him to go and they'll have no choice.
It'll be interesting for sure. I think he's top class. I know I'm using the word top class to describe, but I think we're spoiled managers at the moment in Premier League, especially amongst a lot of
But they're not at the top clubs necessarily.
Yeah, the kind of mid, say from top 10 down, there's a group of managers there are just, they're almost elite level. At reasonably smaller clubs, it's unreal.
And the jobs they've done and the budgets they've had as well. Like, now look, can you make that step up then to deal with really top class players and top class budgets? And some managers like Unai Emery, if I highlight him, seem to be better at eking out the best out of a mid-tier squad,
sure,
rather than the job he got at Arsenal, where you have a couple of 100 million to spend and you're expected to win the league,
and a hell of a lot bigger egos
and all of those things.
Yeah.
So
where his teams at Seville were all
not all
like
of these might be able to make the transition. But I think Iriala is one that definitely will. And they play pragmatic football. They play a lot of long balls. not pumping it up to centre forward, but long passes.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They move the ball really quickly from back to front.
They have a bit of everything about them.
They can do it all. They can knuckle in and tighten up. They can play expansive football. They can get crosses in. They can get early ball in. They've got real pace. They're very organised defensively.
But when you actually go through, pretty much the back four was sold. They had two of the most, probably the two of the best up and coming centre halves in the game. One goes to PSG, one goes to Real Madrid. For big bucks.
Yeah, and then Kirk has Liverpool.
Yeah, for decent money as well. And suddenly that back four that made them last season because they were so solid. It's gone. You're thinking, shit, they're fucked. They're gone. I feared for Bournemouth. I said, there's no way you get over that. And that
French left back they signed, they got him for 14 million quid, and he looks every bit as good almost as Kirk is. He might even look better than Kirk is so far this season.
No,
and so it goes to show if your scouting is right, if the data that you're collecting is good, if you're looking at the right players, they are out there. Certainly in the defensive positions. I know up front there's.
There's a bit of a dearth of top quality strikers. But I suppose
but in other positions you can get value.
Yeah,
particularly outside of England.
Newcastle, would you be
fine?
No, I know it'll be fine, but would you be in any way worried about the league for them? With
I think they've signed a really nice striker. I really like the look of your man.
Huge lad as well.
6'6", he can play. He lays the ball off well. What I saw him the other night in the Champions League. Lots of little first time just into his feet and out to the wings, and then he moves into the box. A real old school number 9 that can play.
Links it up well,
That links it up well, that holds it up, that can get his head on stuff. I think he could be a cracking player from. And when they get Wissa back from injury, the two of them could be an unbelievable strike force.
Yeah.
So I've no fears for Newcastle. I think they have a great squad, really good at the back. They've a couple of brilliant centre midfielders. John Linton and Gutierrez and Tonali is top class.
Newcastle and
I think Jack Murphy really like him. Gordon,
there must be a nightmare to play against because the work ethic is just
you
unreal.
Can guarantee you're in a game with them. You'll be sore after that one.
And the two boys in midfield will kick lumps out of the ball day. But they can play ball or the three lads.
They remind me of an old school Premier League team, and I mean that in the best possible way.
I suppose, as I said, my only point was, do they have the squad depth for the amount of games that are in Europe now?
Maybe not, but they'll still be fine. And I still think with the fall off of Villa and stuff like that, I still think they'll be challenging top 5 or 6.
Oh, I also think for any Newcastle fan watching thinks that I'm slating in any way, I'm not. I really impressed with what Newcastle doing. I actually think Eddie Howe, we're talking about elite managers, I think Eddie Howe is in the conversation too. I think he's brilliant.
Again, I think come from Bournemouth too.
I think even the way he handled the Isaac situation during the summer, he was very classy about it. He was very respectful to the player, even when he probably wanted to strangle him at times.
And I think he's been badly let down by the ownership. Not overselling Isaac. I don't think any club, unless you're absolute top level, can turn down that kind of money. I don't think any club can, right? And you just have to sometimes bite the bullet and take your paycheck. But to leave him in a position where he was general manager and manager, and there was no one there in the background, I think that was fucking scandalous from a crowd that have so much money, and so much expertise, and they could not get a fucking general manager in to manage the fucking thing.
If you're going to lose your CEO or whoever it was it the CEO? Was it the director
of football or CEO or whatever you want to call him, general manager, or whatever you want to call him?
If you're going to lose that, surely to God, you have a contingency plan. You must have lads. Like every club will have contingency plans for every player, probably, let alone member of staff, that if something was to
and I was very surprised given the background that's there, given the expertise that's in the PIF.
Like, he'd enough on his plate, do you know? And he can handle transfers then.
They've gone up and set up a whole new fucking golf league, and they can't get a general manager into their fucking club in Newcastle. Like, it just makes no sense.
Well, they don't seem to be able to get a TV deal for the fucking golf league either, a proper one.
No one is watching it. But anyway, that's
a chat for another day. Cheers. But Eddie Howe is top class manager as well. Think he's doing great work. I'd be curious to see. I was really impressed with Newcastle during the week against Barcelona. I thought they were super unlucky. They didn't deserve.
But you knew it was coming. And that is the gap in quality at the top level.
You
knew when they didn't take those chances earlier on. Barca are going to punish him. And there are only 4 or 5 teams in the Champions League that can do that to you. Real will do that to you.
Yeah.
PSG will do that to you. Liverpool will do that to you.
Yeah.
City will do that to you.
Bayern
will do that to you.
With Harry
Maybe a Juve or, but there are only 5-6 teams that can do that, but Barca are one of them, and they always do it to you.
Well,
if you don't take your chances, they will bury you. And it just so happened to be Rashford.
We'll touch on Champions League in a while. We'll move on now to Sunderland versus Villa, Doc. Finished one apiece. Sunderland had the man sent off there. I'm not sure how early in the game. Was it just
33 minutes?
Yeah.
It was 0-0.
Yeah, up pops Cash with an absolute...
But they were completely outplayed by Sunderland up to the point of the goal. Right?
Yeah. Even with 10 men.
With 10 men, Sunderland were completely on top. And against the run of play, Matty Cash gets a goal.
Yeah.
Keeper goes with his fucking fist like this.
It was kind of a swerve.
It was, but sorry, that's for a cross. Come on with your fist like that's for a cross.
Oh, goalie made a
ball with your fucking hands. Make the target as big as...
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that it was hit so...
but still... I hate to see a keeper going with fists for a shot.
You'd expect him to react a bit faster than he did, maybe. From that distance, anyway.
Look, he made some brilliant saves.
It was a great strike
recently, so I won't be overly harsh on him. But for me, it was a keeper error. But great strike from Matty Cash. He hit it as sweet as you could hit it. Ball moved loads in the air. Completely against the run of play, and then even after that, Villa couldn't kick on, and they get
Isidore pops
up.
Actually, nice little finish too, kind of a ball. I can't remember, was it headed over the top?
It was headed over the top by Xhaka. It was flicked on by Xhaka, and he catches it kind of on the half volley nearly. Yeah.
Nice little finish. Sunderland have been unreal.
Really good. Really good.
I'm delighted because
and entertaining, and like their games have been right. It mightn't be top level football, but they've been really entertaining, really worth watching. Yeah. Great effort, great ingenuity, some lovely goals. He must have 3 or 4 got now, Isidore.
Yeah, they've been brilliant.
Delighted for him. I'd love to see him stay up. Always liked him.
And they're another team that probably should have scored more goals than they have. They've missed a lot. With 10 men, they missed a good few chances against Villa. And then the miss of the game comes...
Villa, true. Now, in fairness, Villa, for the last 7 or 8 minutes, did put a bit of pressure on.
As you would expect against 10 men now with that level.
Ollie Watkins has a fucking free header 4 yards out, and he barely fucking connects it. It was like he gave the ball out. A kind of a kiss of a header.
For anyone watching, it's like I go to headbutt the mic and hit the bar counter instead. It was an absolute fucking howler.
For a fella,
do you know what it was? It was a pussy header.
It was a pussy header.
He pussied out of it.
It was like
this.
It was one of those. It's like watching a young lad going to hit the ball. And you know the fella that doesn't want to hit the ball, and he gets under it and he misses it. It looks like he misses it, just misses it, but he had no intention of hitting it in the first fucking test.
I was looking at it. I was watching the highlights. I said that has to be Watkins. When I just saw this guy and he falls down in a heap and up he gets. Like, people are trying to tell me that Ollie Watkins is a top striker. I wouldn't take the lad for free.
I can take Calvin Lewin before I take Ollie Watkins, and I think Calvin Lewin is shit.
That says it all. Any Sunderland play? I don't know what it is about Sunderland, but I have a bit of an affection for Sunderland. I think it may go back to the Ray Keane management era. A couple of Irish boys played there. Then John O'Shea played there as well.
McGeady.
Connolly was there, wasn't he?
Lee Miller, Lord Marsim.
Jeez, that's right. Was Connolly there striker for a while?
I can't remember. Connolly was there. I think he was.
I think he might have been. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I've always
Darren Gibson.
I think so. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Sunderland, so I'm delighted to see him doing well because, to be honest, I kind of feared for him, but jeez, they've been like dog teak tough and well able to play soccer.
Gary Breen.
If only did a team of them, Shane.
We all dream of a team of Gary Breen.
Yeah, be no fear of him. And moving on to the last one over the weekend, the big one. This is the one that both teams really did need to win, with Liverpool already on 15 points.
Can I start here?
I sat down yesterday, and that's an hour and a half I'm never getting back. But go on anyway, shit.
I was bored off my fucking tits. It was the worst game of soccer that I've seen all year, and there's been some fair shit.
Yeah,
it was dreadful.
Cat.
There wasn't, and like bar Hallen's goal and Martinelli's goal.
Hallen's goal was nice. And
Martinelli's
two great goals.
finish.
Some ball from Eze.
Brilliant ball from Eze. Yeah. The only 2 things in the whole game worth watching. Do not go and rewatch it. Do not watch the highlights. Unless you're an insomniac. It is dreadful
If you
football.
can get a highlights package that's just the 2 goals,
That's exactly
that's
what you're
all
looking
you need
for.
to watch.
Watching City, the only thing they reminded me of was Stoke with Haaland up front. It was the most...
one thing I didn't expect now was
They went 5 at the back. Like.
but the percentage of possession they allowed Arsenal.
Oh,
to
they
have
just gave
for-
Arsenal the
just
ball.
For, I think it was up near 78
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. I was like, holy shit, they
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
didn't want it.
But
It's like,
Arsenal
what?
also didn't want to win the game. They didn't pick
Oh,
a team
yeah.
to win the game. Like the 3 boys in midfield again, same as against Liverpool. Now, the difference between Liverpool is they're away in fucking Anfield. And fair enough, they might want to say, right, a draw here at Anfield is not a bad result. I would forgive...
I nearly got a cramp there in case you're wondering.
I
Jesus
would
Christ.
forgive
Sorry,
any
you're an
manager
athlete.
for that, right? You don't want to lose against your biggest rivals because it's not the points you get, it's the 3 points you give
Sure,
them,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But to do it at home with
Yeah.
Marino, Rice and Zubamendi in the middle of midfield, is
No,
on
look.
the bench, no Odegaard.
Against the City team now, bear in mind,
Forget about it.
granted, they
He's
beat us 3-0, but we were yet again dreadful in that game. And the funny thing is, we had more possession and more
He's a
shots.
soft cunt.
But Arteta should have sniffed blood there.
Oh,
and said
100%.
They might be arriving here now thinking, oh, we're after beating United 3-0. You know, confidence might be up, but they're there for a sucker punch. Like, he goes out then, and it's like, he might as well have just parked 4
And
buses.
Arsenal played
across
Tuesday.
Fucking,
What night did City play? Did they play Thursday night?
City beat Napoli. I think it was.
Oh, maybe it was Tuesday as well, was it?
It could have been Wednesday. I don't think it was Thursday. I don't think it was, no, because I think it was earlier in the week.
No, it was Thursday.
Was it? Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had it written
Jeez,
down
I
there.
thought it was earlier in the week.
Thursday. So, like, they have 2 days extra rest. Go after them.
Start Saka,
Eze.
and fucking
Have a bit of fucking moral courage.
eat 'em
Back
apart
your
down the
fucking
wings.
players.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think Arsenal have a squad to win the league, and I think they're being held back by this no risk taking bullshit, this over reliance on set pieces and free kicks, and they've forgotten how to play football. The Arsenal of 3 or 4 years ago were far better to watch, far more creative than anything I've seen from fucking Arsenal in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I think they've gone backwards.
It's like he was trying to get...
And it's attitude. It's not ability. Their squad is way better. It might be the most balanced squad in the league between what they have midfield defenders and attackers.
Yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
are a bit light at the back. City are still a bit light in midfield. And they're light in terms of replacement for Haaland.
Sure, yeah, they don't have many options.
Arsenal have the fucking
Yeah,
options right. And every line of the pitch, they have options. I think they have the best balanced squad in the league. And to me, they're fucking it away by just sheer lack of courage.
Yeah, and I suppose, look, they can only go by what the manager wants to do, but I would have to agree. I think he's trying to find that balance between making us really hard to beat, but by doing that, then he's sacrificing all attacking threat.
He's turned into Rafa
And
Benitez.
it's
we
like-
were only talking about him earlier on, but he's
you
turned
have
into
to-
Benitez.
You have to find the balance. And I mean, why do you go away and sign Eze to still not fucking start him in these games? Like,
No, and
I don't know,
he's-
has Eze even started a game?
He
yet?
has this thing in his head now where he's talking about rugby and he's talking about the bomb squad and he's got
lovely.
these finishers rather than starters. That's bullshit. It's like
It
soccer
doesn't
is not rugby.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily work that way in
No.
soccer. Like, yeah.
No, I understand
look,
having.
I suppose the other side
maybe
of the argument is-
Martinelli, and you're saying right, he's got real pace. We'll bring him on when fellas are tired. I can understand that, right? But not 3 and 4 players. Not when you have Saka and Eze on the bench. Now Saka's coming back from injury. Fine, but Eze is fit. Fucking start him.
Yeah, and he's flying. Like, he
and
looks
flying.
sharp as fuck.
And he needs games. He needs to get into that team. He needs to build those reps with the other starters. He needs minutes with his new teammates.
Yeah.
And he looks really, really good. Let him go out and affect the fucking game in a positive way. And, like, even poor old Gokares up front.
Yeah.
He must be fucking dying of starvation above the top. Like, he's not getting a sniff because he's getting no ball.
And
He's
he-
no one there to release him.
And, in
he looks a
fairness-
good player.
In fairness to the fella, he looks to be a finisher. Like, if
Yeah.
you can give him the ball.
And he's linked up play very
he
well.
tends to do
Bit
well,
like
yeah.
exactly. I will say the exact same thing I said for Watamendi earlier. He looks a proper number 9 that can hold up the ball, that can link up play and turn around and get in the box to finish off the cross that comes in. He looks a proper player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be a 25 goal a season guy, but he could be a 15, 16 goal a season,
Oh, yeah.
every season guy, very, very easily. But he's getting no ball.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It's-
maddening
well, look,
to watch it.
It's easy to say it's strange or
And
I don't
what's
understand,
Pep
but
do?
you're playing three lads in midfield whose first thought is to
Pass it backwards.
defend.
First thought's to pass it backwards.
Whatever about passing it backwards, but their first thought is to make sure that they're covering their area and defensively, and then we worry about attack.
But that seeps through a team. If you're not willing to give the ball away, you're not willing to play that 60-40 pass in case it doesn't go. And that comes from the confidence your manager is giving you to
in
play.
case you get a bollocking from the
In case you get a
sideline.
fucking bollocking or you get
Or worse, you get
the curly finger. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You get the fucking
Yeah.
the hook at half time or whatever.
And an earful off a leg.
You
or head.
have to have the confidence to be able to go and play, go and take a risk, and that isn't there. You can see it. Now, I could equally say the same for Pep. Pep seemed to take a really pragmatic approach to the game. He got their early goal, and it looked like he just wanted to shut up shop and maybe hit him on the break after that. Now, again, you're away from home. He played a game Thursday night. I can kind of accept it, but I've never seen a Pep City team do what they did Sunday.
Yeah.
I've never seen them park the bus and shut up shop and give away possession
Literally entirely.
and say, come at us.
Yeah.
Come at us. And actually, they had their job done, except the fucking back four pushed up and left all the space in behind them, which they should never have done at that stage of the game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
up to that point, they'd actually played it really well.
Yeah, and he would have walked out there with 3 points and.
But
said
it was
a
Mourinho, it wasn't
masterstroke.
Pep, like.
Yeah, it was just it's strange times for Pep and City. They're very different animals to what they were.
I don't think he trusts his new squad yet.
Yeah,
I don't think he has the same trust in those players that he had in the previous iteration of the team. And I think he's going, well, what can I do to get results right now? And you know what? Maybe I should be giving him credit for that, because I'm saying I'd be critical of Amarin not being pragmatic and not adapting.
sure.
So I'm not going to be overly critical of Pep, particularly in an away game, particularly since they had a game Thursday night, particularly since they got the early goal.
And they had the 2 defeats in a row, and he's probably thinking points are valuable at this stage already. And
it's a league rival, and I don't want to give them 3 points.
Yeah. So kind of understand, but just it's strange to watch because Pep's teams just always play football. Always, no matter what.
Boring game.
But it was a desperate
It was
fucking match.
sleep-inducing.
You might grab me a beer there, Doc. This is Wolfhounds Bar, folks. So if you're at home, grab yourself one as well. Actually, I'm going to show you a little interesting picture I saw during the week.
Go on, Clive.
I think it probably sums up what we've been talking about, to be honest.
Is there boobies in it, Clive?
Oh yeah, I better not press the wrong button here, folks. Oopsies. Not that one. Yeah, there's one here, Doc. We have a little stat here from
Guinness, yeah?
I will, please. A little stat here from the Premier League since 22-23 of Arsenal versus Man City. Okay, 118 games each.
Okay.
Arsenal have won 77. City have won 79. Not a massive
2
amount
games.
there. 2 games is all. In defeats, Arsenal have lost 16. City have lost 19. So 3 more defeats. Goals scored, City are 270. Arsenal are just below 260. So not a massive amount there. Conceded, Arsenal have conceded less, 107. City are 115. So like unbelievably close again. Points, this is where the minds get a bit blown. Total points, Arsenal have 256, Manchester City have 257. And in that time, Premier League titles, Man City have 2. And in total, Man City have won 6 trophies and Arsenal have won 0. Isn't it amazing?
Nuts. But you have to take into account how badly City season went last year.
Last year, yeah, which probably...
you could probably, there was 8 or 9 losses where they'd normally have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that's probably putting the losses up by 5 or 6 or 6 or 7.
Probably skews the data some of it.
It probably does.
But
every
there is
season's
something
a
in
new
it.
season. There is. And Arsenal haven't been that far away. But at the same time, they've been leagues away. I've never thought Arsenal were going to win the league
Nor
over
have
the
I.
last couple of seasons.
I've seen the progress, but it's kind of gone stagnant. And even with the new signings, I'm going,
to me,
"Geez, what are you
last year
doing?"
there was a dip, and this year, all right, it might be slightly coming back up, but look at the quality player they've signed. But in terms of actual performances, it's gone down. Or the threat that they bring, or the fear that they'd instill in you, I still don't think they'll win the league. Like
I don't see it. I can't.
No, I think they have the capability. I think they have the squad. I think they have everything they need. I just don't think that killer instinct is there.
Bring in Iraola, you reckon?
They won't get rid of Arteta. Not this year, anyway. So.
I'm only joking. He seems to be loved there. I suppose, look, you finished second last season. You can see progress. It's just, it's funny. It's funny. I don't think I've ever looked at a team that consistently comes around second and looked at them and thought they haven't a fucking hope of winning the league. Do you know? There's something about them. I don't know. And maybe it's not the players. Maybe it is the manager.
It's a bit like the Cork hurling team.
He's like shackles on them or something.
This Cork hurling team, I won't believe Cork are going to win the league or to win the All-Ireland until they win the All-Ireland. Right? Until they actually go and do it, I won't believe they have the capability of doing it. Arsenal, until you go and win the league, I do not believe that you have the moral fortitude to go and win the league. I don't believe you have the balls to do it. I don't believe you have the conviction to do it. And the only way I think differently is if they go and prove me wrong. I'm never going to predict them to win it. I'm never going to have confidence in them winning it. I don't think Arsenal fans would have confidence in them winning it.
I'd love to, if there's Arsenal fans watching, I'd love to hear the opinion. Obviously, there must be a certain percentage of people who are kind of in the camp where they appreciate what Arteta has done. Whoa, he has. There's no denying he's improved them. It's taken 5-6 years to get there and a lot of money, but he has. Their defensively very solid. Midfield is ultra solid. I think, in fact, their midfield is probably too solid because.
But you often look at other sports life, and the guy that makes the final push may not be the guy that actually improved them. You look at Clare, Lenganer did huge amount of work to improve Clare hurling, and then Loughnane came in and was he still had a lot of work to do, but he
brought it to the next level.
Brought it to the next level. The Grand Slam for Ireland, Declan Kidney, he came in after Eddie O'Sullivan had raised standards, had done it, but had failed to get over the line. Kidney comes in, he wins it in his first year, right? So there are scenarios like that where you see it in other sports.
A guy lays the foundations for
someone lays the foundations for someone, and they're a really good manager. They just aren't a great manager, and I think that could be Arteta.
Yeah, just I said, obviously with last year's season being a bit of a mess for City, it was an interesting table all the same. But
very interesting.
Yeah, we might have a quick look, Shane, at the Champions League that was on during the week. Because
didn't see all of these, but I saw some of it. Watched the Liverpool game.
Of course you did.
Not a great victory with a late winner.
What did you make of poor old Simeone losing his shit out on the sideline?
I remember saying to a fella years ago, a guy that was doing a bit of work for me, and he got in a row with someone, and I said, yeah, but they can behave like an asshole. They're just up in the street, like you're the one getting paid. You're the professional.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to maintain professional standards, right? So taking abuse off a fence should be running off that fella's fucking neck.
I'm just going to say it. It should literally
unless he threw something at him or actually boxed him. I think anything that was said,
and even if it's a mother joke, if you're going to lose shit over a fucking mother joke or something, it's what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I suppose Zidane did it over the mother.
I know, but sure. So look, that worked out well.
It did, but I thought it was lunacy. He'll pay for it. He'll get it. Ben, he's a hot edge. I like the guy. I think he brings it off. Even to see him in the all black at the side of the pitch,
you have to like. And look,
I think he's highly entertaining.
The job he's done there.
Phenomenal, and the longevity that he's done it with, he must be there 9 or 10
but
seasons
even that fight, you go away to Enfield, you're 2-0 down in Nolan, you're thinking this could be a cricket score, and then you have it instilled in your team, no, we keep fighting, and then they pull back the equaliser, and then Van Dijk obviously breaks their heart.
It was almost a carbon copy of the weekend, except Everton didn't have the quality Atleti did to pull it back. As in, Liverpool started really well, looked really good for 30-40 minutes. Atletico were always going to come back into it, I expected they'd get a goal. Then the second one was a bit poxy, bit of a deflection. That's fine. But
Sure, like your own one, sure, the one that hit off.
yeah,
your
no,
Robertson
100%.
was the should have wrote.
But Van Dijk's header to win it
Oh, great
was
header. Actually,
absolutely
I was
fucking
amazed
top
there was
class.
nobody on the line or something.
It was a bullet header
Oh, it
and
was
a brilliant ball by
It
Soboslai.
was a brilliant hitter. I just surprised there wasn't someone in your post that would have landed at their feet if they were standing there. Like,
And I don't think Soboslai has been getting half enough credit for his deliveries from free kicks and corners. They've been top class.
but he's probably been your player of the season so
Oh,
far.
100%. Yeah, he's been unbelievable. Like, but I again, just the attitude to stay going. They were pushed all the way to the end, and they got their rewards. They had camped them, and for the last 15-20 minutes, they were really on top and deserved the victory.
I didn't see all of it now, so
they
so
deserved
you're all
it.
over them for a finish.
We were, and there was loads of corners, and now,
Yeah.
sure, Atletico pulling and dragging in the box, and the
Yeah,
fucking
sure, that-
shithousery that goes on.
They have
with
the
them, like.
fucking arts, the dirty arts,
the dark
master.
arts. They are the masters, like. And Van Dijk just out-muscled your man and got his head to the ball.
It's a great hitter.
Peach header.
So Bilbao, good win for Arsenal, 2-0 away.
2-0, they're doing this bomb squad thing, Martinelli and Trossard, but they should be beaten at Bilbao away. Like
I know, like United last year, we were fucking appalling, and we beat them as well.
Yeah, I don't think this was an overly convincing result. The bit of pace got them over the line at the end. I wouldn't be reading a whole lot into it. They got their job done, and
Still,
this
you know
time,
what?
this part of the season in the Champions League, that's what you have to do. If you can get a couple of away wins, you're through. Like so.
And to be fair, to Spanish teams, La Liga sides, it's never ever easy go and play them away from
No,
home.
100%.
No matter who it is, you're never guaranteed a win. So 2-0 clean sheet, great result. And then, to be honest, Tottenham beating Villarreal 1-0. I thought that's a good win. Villarreal
Good win, and
dogged
again,
as well.
Tottenham stuck in. They didn't dominate the game or anything like that. It was a real workman-like performance, and again, great result for them. And they needed it. And then poor old Newcastle.
Newcastle, sure, we touched
Burst
it.
their
We touched
holes
it
in the
earlier.
match.
They
But
got
just
the late
don't
goal
have the
back,
quality.
but Rashford hasn't done a tap in God knows how many years.
Well,
pops up with 2 absolute wonder goals.
Can I touch on Rashford?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say about him.
Like he
Changes nothing from me
all
about
the
Rashford,
good,
what he did the other
all
night.
the good, right? Like the stuff that we've seen in patches, right? And he's only playing because Jamal is injured. But like 2 great goals, wins the game for
super
them,
goals,
and he
super.
fucking gets dropped Sunday because he turns up to fucking late to training Sunday morning,
Dumbass, like.
and you're just there going, what in the fucking God, like.
You've literally
And
just
that's
won.
why no club will fucking sign. No serious club will sign
Well, like,
him.
you've won the heart of the manager in a fucking tricky European fixture against one of the hardest working teams in English football. You've literally gone out there single-handedly and won them the game with an unbelievable header and an absolute thunder strike of a second, which was phenomenal. You've got the fans on side. Your teammates are all going, geez, you know what? This lad might do
And
a
then
job
a
for us.
stupid
And then literally a
disciplinary
couple of days later,
Yeah.
you turn up late for the fucking
And you're
match.
making headlines for all the wrong reasons. I would want nothing to do with him.
No, I heard some guy.
He's not good enough to make excuses for. He's not Paul McGrath, who you're going to fucking pull out of the pub and put on the pitch. Right? Or a Messi or a Ronaldo, who not that Ronaldo would ever be fucking late for training or miss training, because that's what got him to the level is his discipline. But like there are players who you would change the rules for because they're that good and they perform week in, week out. He ain't one of them.
Yeah. He hasn't quite reached the Eric Cantona effect levels there on the squad where you'd say, look, we'll work a bit extra hard, Eric, so you can stick it in the top corner for us.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Look, I was reading something there earlier today about a guy making the comparison that Rafinha, I believe, was late the week before for a game and he got fined and there was nothing said of it. But Rafinha doesn't have a track record of being this fucking overrated fucking...
And he's with him for years. And,
like,
you know...
I watched Paul...
And he delivers week in, week out.
I watched Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt earlier chatting about the same thing. And
actually,
they were just saying that last year he literally just stopped working. Like, he literally just walked around the pitch, stopped working, he gave up. You know, and like to do that as a professional
There are lots of players have done it, but
you're a professional soccer player.
That Chelsea team did it to several managers. Drogba did it to Scolari as one I can think of, where he just actually didn't run for about 4 games. So it has been done in the past, but generally,
I'm not saying it
generally when all the players are together and they're all trying to get a manager, they no longer
when something's desperately fucking wrong.
Yeah. But Rashford, no, you couldn't trust him. Yeah, even the flying off to New York last year or LA or wherever it was and all that shit.
Christ. Yeah, like
it just read all the wrong message.
Read the room, like.
Well, you're not good enough to be doing those things. Like I was listening to Des Walker on.
I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to.
Really good.
Yeah.
But he was saying he didn't really drink, and then he kind of got into the drink culture first, and he went out a Thursday before the game, and he said like Clough didn't give a shit what you did as long as you played well Saturday. So he went out Thursday, and Clough says, "You better play well Saturday, mate." Right, the usual, just fucking. In other words, if you're shit, you're done for. Like, So he played really well. So he went out if the game was on Saturday, he went out every Thursday. If the game was Sunday, he moved it to Friday. If the game was Monday, he moved it to Saturday. So he said it really suited him because you get langers on a Thursday night. Now he said langers, like full 3-4 o'clock in the morning job.
Wow, okay.
Dying Friday, but he said to only be a kickabout the day before a game. So he went into training, no bother. And he'd go home then, he said he'd sleep for he'd rest and he'd no space in his head to be thinking about the game, and he'd sleep a full 10 hours.
He was still crawling the walls.
He'd be absolutely flying it on a Saturday. And he did that every single day until the time he was 35. And he said at that stage when I was 35 I had to stop because just fucking was affecting me in the Saturday.
35 like.
So he did it for fucking 15 years like.
Wow.
Brilliant. I thought Gary Neville was going to have a heart attack because he was Mr. Preparation.
Yes,
and he was actually incredulous. He must have asked him about it 5 or 6 times like.
But in fairness to Gary Neville,
Keane was pissing himself.
In fairness to Gary Neville, I was actually, it's something I'll get up another episode for us. But I found this great picture about Sir Alex Ferguson's 11. If you actually went by appearances, you know, whichever player in a certain position had the most appearances, that's who made the team. So brilliant team. But anyway, Neville made it because he had a massive amount of appearances. But like that guy, he'll tell you himself, like. It was all about work and commitment and being the best he could be. He knew he wasn't the best, but he had a good cross of a ball in him, in fairness to Fallon, and he was tenacious as fuck. Like, you know, and Neville could play centre half. He was small, but he could play centre half too. He was good under a high ball. But like he's the definition of a guy who maybe doesn't have the potential in terms of skill.
The raw talent.
Yeah, that other guys may have. But my God, he made use of what he did have. You know, and you have to respect that. Like, you know, there's like the likes of Carragher as well. That guy would have worked his whole life.
Steve Staunton back in the day.
Yeah.
Another one that apparently never had the skill level, but made it out of sheer determination and hard work.
But in fairness to Staunton, he had a fair sweet left foot in him
and a serious career. Like.
Whatever.
Interesting thing I saw actually today, Clive. I'm going to name an Irish player, and I want to tell you if they have more or less caps for Ireland. Where they have more or less Premier League appearances than Roy Keane.
Okay. Right.
So we'll start with Damien Duff.
The Duffer. So you're looking at, was it Blackburn he started at? Made his move to Chelsea, was it? Where did he go after that? Fulham. Oh God. But Duff had injuries too. Oh. See, I'm trying to think now because Roy Keane in his Forest years, was that even Premier League at that stage? Yeah. It was it?
Maybe one season.
I think Keane is up around, is he 400 or just under it maybe?
Yeah, 360-ish.
Yeah, okay.
350, 360 around that.
Because in fairness to Keane, he had a lot of nasty injuries as well. The Duffer. I'm guessing it's close. Maybe the Duffer wins. I'm guessing it's close. I would have thought Roy Keane had more, but going back over, cruciate ligament injuries. He would have missed entire seasons.
The Duffer has more.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised if you.
Yeah, he's the fourth most Irish player. So
tell me, is he many more than?
No, 10 maybe.
All right, I had a feeling.
Next one, Stephen Carr.
Stephen Carr. Oh. Stephen Carr would have battled for fucking years until he was a great age. Was Carr at Spurs for a few years?
Yeah, good few years.
Oh God!
And then he was at Villa, wasn't he?
Was it Villa?
I think so.
I'm trying to think now. Did he go to a relegated club? Well, I suppose, the thing is, Keane would have got how many years with us? He got these
It
testimonials.
doesn't matter. I told you how many appearances Keane.
No, I know. I'm trying to just say in terms of the longevity of Carr's career. Sure, look. So you're probably talking 15, 20 appearances in the difference between all these fuckers. I'm going to go Keane in this one.
No, Carr.
All right, fair enough. Is it
John O'Shea.
I'll go O'Shea because he played a long time.
Second most capped Irish.
He played for
most appearances in the Premier League.
He played for Sunderland for years too. Short arse, eh? Shea Given was a good goalie, folks. I call him short arse, but he was a great goalie. Shea Given. Now, in fairness to Given, he had a long career with Newcastle. He was at Villa too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Also at City. I'll go Given.
Yeah, he's the top.
Because
he's the most appearances.
He would have been number one goalie there.
390, I think.
How often do you see goalies out?
And then what one will we go for now? Richard Dunn.
I'd probably go Richard Dunn. I'd say, yeah.
So he's third. So they're the top five.
Wow.
So it's Given,
Jesus.
O'Shea, Dunn, Duff, Carr.
Wow.
I wouldn't have got him now. I saw it today. Like, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, jeez, it is.
The first fella I went.
And then you'd automatically.
Your man was answering. First answer he gave, Keane. Like you'd automatically think he was top five.
Or even someone like a Dennis Owen, but so many of his years
were so much of it was pre-Premier League.
Yeah. Whereas if you were to include those,
he'd probably be up there. Yeah.
But geez, that's interesting for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was good. No.
City beat Napoli the other night, 2-0. Obviously, we discussed.
Napoli had a red card early in that game, and
that's
City
right.
got on top in the second half and got a couple of goals.
Yeah,
so I'd like to see that with two full teams
Napoli
again.
held out a while, about
they
60 minutes,
55 minutes or something. Yeah.
Lovely header actually from Haaland. Lovely little dink pass from Foden. It's funny. There was a stat there before the game, the weekend, about Haaland. Was it he 5 and 4 games? It was something like 5 and 4 games, and they were saying it was his worst ever start to a Premier League. I mean, it's fucking, the man's a machine.
He's
just a beast. He's a beast. And you
unplayable.
You just he's when he, and you see the speed yesterday against Gabriel, but he was gone like a fucking sprinter.
Really impressed me this year, and I don't think we saw enough of this last year, particularly when City were going bad. He looks really aggressive. He's really working hard. He's bursting his ass for tackles. He's going back and clearing headers out of the box.
Yeah, he's using his size way more.
He's using his physicality. He's using his pace, and he's been fucking bullishly. He's been a bully now to centre halves that I haven't seen in his game. It was there every now and again, but I'm seeing a consistency of it, and there's almost an aggressiveness and an angriness to his play at the moment that I'm really enjoying.
Did you hear the commentators yesterday? They were saying when he was going off, like, they were surprised, and it was nothing to do with the offensive side of it. They were like, defensively, he's a juggernaut because Arsenal were peppering balls in.
And look, I think that was more to do with the game Thursday night, and fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to watch him for the rest of the season. Like, if they lose him,
they're fucked.
They're fucked.
Yeah. They're goosed. Doku's been going well from two.
Really
actually.
good.
Really impressive.
Excellent.
A really impressive Doku.
Start to the season.
And in fairness to Arsenal, just going back to him for 1 second, I've been really impressed with Madueke. A guy I could not understand how any club paid 50 million for him. I'll be honest, I thought he was a donkey. He has been really good.
Yeah, we'll see can he keep going for the season.
He's keeping Saka out of the team,
and
at
he's
the
playing
moment.
really well for England as well. It's not just Arsenal. So
yeah. And the last one to touch on there was Bayern Munich, Chelsea, 3-1 comfortable win for Bayern.
Did you see the Kane joins a lovely stat for him for the Champions League? He's only the third player to score 20 or more Champions League goals for two different clubs.
The third?
He's only the third player. So who are the other two? 20 or more goals for two different clubs. Champions League goals.
Mbappe would spring to mind, but I'm not sure then if he's...
he's not one of them. He doesn't have them for... He'll get there. He'll be the fourth, but he's not there yet.
Yeah. Ronaldo sure has to be there.
Ronaldo, 100%, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that fucking Lewandowski, no?
No.
Okay.
Want me to give it to you?
Go on.
Neymar.
Jesus.
PSG, sure, in Barcelona, so... Yeah.
Fair enough.
But Kane, I think he's he's 90? He scored again at the weekend for Bayern in the league. And it's something like his 95th goal in 102 games something. Like he's not far off Haaland's stats in terms of the goals per games. No, obviously, the German league, there's a few more handier opportunities maybe than the Premier League.
Like, I'm not trying
but
to
not that many.
If anyone out there who's a German league expert or a fan, please get in touch. But the way I look at it from the outside, it looks like you've got 3 or 4, maybe 5 to 6 quality teams, and the rest are dog shit.
Yeah. But it's still like he's a top
oh
level
God!
striker.
Oh jeez! I wouldn't take that away from him for a second. He's been a phenomenon out there.
He's been an absolute phenomenon.
Yeah, I'm watching him in the highlights. I see his goals most weekends. I'm going like his touch. He's still got the pace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's a super player.
You give the guy a sniff, and his technique is unreal.
Yeah. And he's a loss to the Premier League.
He is huge. I mean, he was. Can you imagine what Frank had him now?
Yeah.
With the
job
he's going to do with Spurs, it seems that the job he's going to do anyway. Now we're going to completely change it up and we're going to move on. I think that's most of the football covered. Anything else we want to talk about football related?
No, not really.
One last one. Actually, I had a really cool stat I was reading during the week. Just before the game at the weekend, their Fulham's game, Clive, or was it the Bournemouth? The Bournemouth game, sorry. Justin Clivert was presented with a Guinness Book of Records world record, and I was wondering what the fuck is this all about. So 3 penalties in one game. It's a record.
Yeah.
So it was against, I think, Wolves in November of last year. So he got the award handed to him last year. So turns out then that his father, Patrick Clivert, an unbelievable striker back in his day, also is in the Guinness Book of Records. So you have a father and son combo now in the Guinness Book of Records for football records. Patrick Clivert was the youngest to ever score in a Champions League final at 18 years of age for Ajax against AC Milan back in '95. So a pretty cool stat, I thought, to have a father and son combo like that.
There aren't too many father and son combos in the Guinness Book of Records, full stop. It'd be nice to see now, is there any other one? That'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
The only one, like.
Well, especially for sport.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We're going to mix it up now. We're going to move on and we're going to talk about one of the biggest events there is in the sport. We're talking Ryder Cup 2025. It starts this weekend coming. Shane, cannot wait for this one. We are potentially going to be doing live watch along, I think, for this because
I'd say we'll do Friday evening anyway.
Friday and possibly
Sunday. Yeah.
Really,
if Friday is very good, we might do Saturday.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I'll pop the teams up for us here, and we'll have a look and we'll see what the fuss is all about.
I saw a stat today. We'll just talk. I got to start with Scheffler and the year he's had, right?
Freakish.
So the gap between him and
we're Team Europe, by the way, in case you didn't
Fleetwood
know. We're from the banner, but we're sharing the colours. Go on.
In the money list standings this year on the PGA Tour is 9.2 million. So he made 9.2 million
just in prize money,
more than Fleetwood.
Oh, excuse me.
Right?
Fucking hell. Wow.
Only 9 other players made 9.2 million in the whole year.
Hold on, so he made 9.2 million more than the guy who won 10 million for the FedEx.
So he won 20. She won 6 tournaments.
Yeah.
2 majors. So he won and that doesn't include Comcast top 10s or any of this.
Yeah.
He made something like 27 million. So he made 9.2 million more than Fleetwood.
Jesus.
And only 9 players on the tour made more than 9.2 million in the entire year.
Wow.
Like it's
scary, what he's doing.
It is scary.
He has approached Tiger Woods' level
only
of dominance.
58 players in the entire year beat him over 72 holes.
Right, okay. So it all goes well. Anyway, thanks, USA. It's on for the game, yeah?
No, but sure, he's only one player. And he still got his ass whipped 9-7 in Italy when he played with Koepka last time. So I expect him to win his singles, but team play is a different thing entirely.
But I tell you one thing about the singles, the singles will be fierce interesting. I'm wondering, because look, we can go through both teams, and I have the teams up here now, Doc, for us to look at. And
call them out there.
Will we start with the Americans?
No, start with the home team. Yeah.
So America, Sam Burns,
Blah.
Patrick Cantlay.
Oh, what a prick!
Bryson DeChambeau.
Rots my shit.
But I don't mind Bryson, to be honest with you. I think he brings something different to the game. Sam Burns, don't mind Sam Burns either. Patrick Hentley annoys me. I wouldn't have much time for him. Ben Griffin, apparently the
Lovely
man that's
player.
absolutely on fire.
Seems like a nice fella.
Harris English, Mr.
Like
Consistent.
Harris English an awful lot.
Fierce consistent.
Very consistent.
Always in the mix.
Very good ball striker.
Russell Henley, another great golfer. Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spawn, who's had like the year of his dreams.
Morikawa might be the most sickening of the whole lot of them. But anyway, go on.
You reckon?
Oh, he's painful.
Do you think he could potentially be the weakest link of them?
I think he's the weak link. I think he's the weak link.
Xander Schauffele, as I said, JJ Spawn, who's been unbelievable this year. Scotty Scheffler, sure, for God's sake.
Not a course that's going to suit JJ Spawn, though.
Yeah, sure, look. It mightn't suit a couple of other lads too,
True.
but Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, and Cameron Young. Strong team, obviously.
It's a strong team, but go through Europe and then we'll go through the talking points.
Ludwig Aberg, Matt Fitzpatrick. He absolutely horrific Ryder Cup last year.
One win in 8 Ryder Cup appearances.
Yeah, and
Ryder Cup matches.
Up until recently, well, thank Christ for him anyway. Up until recently, his form was stink, but apparently he's
he's back into the top 10 in the world. He's
I think he's
really well the last 6 months.
I think his last 10 starts is he top 8 finishes or something in a lot of them. So, Tommy Fleetwood, absolutely class. I
love the guy.
Believe it or not, I would
he might be my favourite Brit ever.
This is where I want to get back to the singles just for a split second. I would actually love to see Fleetwood against Scotty Scheffler.
That'd be a cracker.
In Sunday singles.
Yeah.
I don't want to see McIlroy and Scheffler.
No. I want to see McIlroy out against Scheffler.
I want to see Fleetwood and Scheffler. I think because the crowd, as much and all as they will roar for Scheffler, they fucking adore Fleetwood as well.
Yeah.
And Fleetwood, to be fair, I know it's much publicised that the poor lad couldn't get over the line, but he won the biggest of the year in terms of financial prize money anyway. But he has been playing. He and Scheffler, to me, I know Rory has his major.
I know Rory's had a great season as well.
But I think
the three of them separated from everyone
Fleetwood,
else this year.
It's consistency. If he had a bit of that killer edge, which I think he will have, maybe now he's crossed the line finally. But if that guy's consistency has been unbelievable, and he's changed,
his ball striking is
he's got the putt. Well, it's always been unbelievable.
But since he moved to the mallet putter,
it's transformed him in terms of the confidence and the greens. So I would actually love to see Fleetwood and Scheffler go up against each other on the Sunday. But so sorry, going back to the Tommy Fleetwood with Tyrrell Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton is a terrier. He's going to give everything he has. I have no fear of Tyrrell Hatton.
No.
Hatton will be an absolute
world-class player.
Yeah. Rasmus Højgaard. I think the fact he's coming into a group of lads who all been there and been there before.
Huge hitter, great golfer.
Yeah,
I've no fear of him.
I think he'll be brought in with an arm around him. He'll be the finest.
He won't play 4-ball or foursomes. He'll play 4-ball. And he'll be allowed to go and shoot the ball all over the course and just go and make a pile of birdies. He'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah. Victor Hovland.
Great player.
Shane Lowry. Form hasn't been great, but he's going up his game when it comes to Ryder Cup. He's kind of.
I've no fear for him in the Ryder Cup.
I think he's whatsoever. I think Shane Lowry, to be fair, I'm not quite saying he's in the same bracket in terms of what this man produced, but I think Ian Poulter, when he was coming towards the end of his, say, where he was contending on tour, but yet when it came to Ryder Cup, he would produce. I think Lowry reminds me.
But he has turned into a world-class golfer over the last 2 years in terms of the consistency and the top finishes. He's not quite getting the wins, but in terms of his finishes in the biggest events, he's banged there as a top 20 world-class player.
Well, in match play, you could probably put him higher than that again because he's going to have the he's going to have the tongue sticking out the side of the mouth. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that mine's going to be absolutely pumping. Fraughten to get into a proper dog fight.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, plus he's going to bring all the Irish fans along.
Yeah.
Robert McIntyre up to number 9 in the world, I think.
Playing
unreal. So last year's experience, he had a brilliant Ryder Cup last year.
Well,
he was unbeaten. Two
in a draw. But like Rose just like put him under his wing.
Yeah,
and dragged him around. Like I mean, he was lucky to finish with the record he did, but he's a completely different golfer than he was 2 years ago.
I think I heard something, a conversation there during the week from it was an American podcast I was listening to, and it was they were saying how Scheffler, I think, had destroyed McIntyre. Was it in a BMW or some playoff? Was it or down the stretch or whatever? So they're saying, will that play in his mind or whatever? I don't think
that was this year. In the
Yeah.
The BMW Championship.
I don't think it will. I think,
I don't
look,
think so.
sometimes you just take your hat off to a lad who's having a brilliant fucking round. Rory McIlroy, sure, you'd expect Rory to
Heart
turn
of
up.
the team. Yeah.
You'd
No,
expect
he'll be
him
fine.
to turn up. He'll be fine.
absolutely fine.
John Ram is the one that I'm wondering.
I think
hoping,
he'll get up for it as well,
Yeah.
though.
I'm hoping because John Ram can
And he's
do
come
everything.
back into a bit of form, not quite back to his best, but he did show up in a few of the majors this year, and he's back into a bit of form.
Well, I mean, his ability is unquestioned.
Did
It's
you
just
miss
hope-
Step? No, was Step
No,
there?
we haven't got
All
there
right,
yet.
sorry.
This man had a brilliant last month or two, Justin Rose.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he's come good at just the
And
right
another
time.
brilliant Ryder Cup
Yeah,
player. You just know he's going to sink those important putts.
And he's going to be absolutely pumped for 2
100%.
for it.
And he'd probably only play 3 games. So he'd probably play foursomes and foursomes only.
I suppose a lot of it'll depend how the first day goes
sure,
or how the if they.
No, but I think Europe will have a plan,
Yeah.
and they won't deviate from it unless things are going really, really badly.
Yeah. And Sepp Straka comes in at the last.
2 wins this year, playing unreal golf.
Yeah.
Did tail off a bit towards the end of the season, but again, he has experience from Rome a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's a fine
He got
player.
his win with Lowry.
Yeah.
I think he'll be okay too. I think this could be a cracker.
I think it's going to be unreal. By all accounts, Keegan Bradley, going by everything I've listened and read, they reckon he could be arguably the greatest captain yet that they've had in terms of preparation. Anyway, that literally.
I don't believe an ounce of that.
Well, I'm just saying this is what they're claiming.
Because he's been bursting his hole to make the team for 6 months. He's been playing elite golf all year, right? And he has been one of the top golfers in the world.
He deserves
top
to be on-
20
he
in the
deserves to
world,
be on the team,
100%, right?
Yeah.
The emotional toll that would have taken on him. His mind, he has to have been distracted from the job. Europe go to a level of detail that the Americans just don't believe is necessary in terms of pairings, in terms of strategy. Because they've had less guns than the Yanks have had, right? The Yanks have always,
in terms of world rankings.
and even if you look at the world rankings of this team, the Americans are way higher.
Yeah.
So Europe have had to be way more innovative. And when they're saying preparation, he's been talking to players and he's been doing the softly stuff. Is the hard technical data-driven stuff being done by the Yanks the same it is as the Europeans, who have Eduardo Molinari, whose job it is to do this stuff.
Okay.
Like, he's doing this on a professional level for golfers on the European Tour and on the DP World Tour. I'm not sure they understand the level of preparation that's required. And if things start to go badly for the Yanks, that fucking New York crowd will turn on them as quick as fucking anything. They would kill their own. They'd stab their young, that crowd. They will eviscerate them if they go badly. They'll turn if it's 4-0 after the first session or 3-1 and they go out in the second session and it's 3-1 again, they will destroy them. So it's imperative Europe get off to a good start.
Oh yeah.
So it's four sums first and then 4 balls second on Friday.
But isn't that usually?
So it's all shot first.
But isn't that usually the way that these things go?
It's up to the home team can decide, but that's what they've decided.
Yeah,
so.
and isn't it usually the Americans do better in the alternate shot? Is it, or they're
Actually, for the last number of years, the home team is the one that's done better in the alternate shot, and it's the home team has effectively won the first session really well. And that's been the difference at the end of the day. So that first session is crucial. Whoever wins the first session is something like 70% to win the tournament.
okay? Yeah.
So that's the one.
It kind of sets the tone.
It sets the tone.
And
And momentum is huge.
How? Yeah, of course. Well, look, there's no denying. We have to talk about the crowd. What influence? Like,
it's going to be the nastiest Ryder Cup crowd that it will make Brooklyn look like a fucking tea party.
Was I hearing stories that the European team were doing VR headsets and headphones with
quite possibly
getting abuse
like that.
shouted at them while they're practicing and all that sort of stuff?
I didn't hear that, no, but like it would make sense. Like they are going to be horrific. Like I heard stories from '99. I was actually chatting to a guy through work, and he was telling me he met Mark James, who was the captain in '99 for that Brooklyn one.
Yeah,
Brookline. Do you remember? And there was the ran all over the line of
poor old fucking
Langer
was trying to get the
Olazabal. 'Twas Justin Leonard sunk the monster putt.
Oh, I thought it was Bernard Langer. No.
No.
All right. Okay.
Justin Leonard sunk a 50-footer.
Yeah, I remember.
And then
it
they
was
ran
going,
all
it was going
over
in like
the
a fucking
green.
train.
It was going in like a fucking train. Middle of the cup, bang.
Yeah.
But that was only to draw. And Europe had won the cup in 97. So if they got a half from the game, it was enough to retain the
Just
trophy.
stormed the green and the whole lot. Yeah.
But I remember a fella telling me he met Mark James, and he said that the abuse the wife got out on course. I think she got a slap and everything. Like, it was horrendous.
Whose wife now?
Mark James.
Go away.
Yeah, the European captain.
Jesus Christ.
He said they'd never, ever, ever seen anything like it at any sporting event, not to talk a golf event. Like,
yeah.
that was vile. Some of the stuff that was said. So I'd expect it to be all that and more. You'll have a really you'll have a very drunk crowd who think they can say whatever the fuck they want, and there's always some incident that happens in the Ryder Cup. You look at the last time round with Lowry, and who thought Lowry and McIlroy would end up getting in a fucking row with Joe LaCava and
and goes out into the car park,
and it ends up in the car park, and but there's always something like that happens at these events, because the emotions are massively high. McIlroy has set out his stall to say,
the goal is, he said it
at a Ryder Cup, and he's repeated it, I think he'll be massively up for this tournament. I think he'll play at his very best. Whether that's enough,
he surely leads them out, does he, in the first?
Quite possibly in the foursomes. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they put out with him. I would go with him and Fleetwood in the first match in foursomes. That's exactly what I do.
Okay, you would, yeah?
I would. Him and Fleetwood have played together.
Actually,
they have a 100% record in together in the Ryder Cup.
Speaking of partnerships, so who plays? Do you limit Matt Fitzpatrick to a fucking single Sunday, or do you get him out?
No, he'll play all of them. You have to.
All of them, do you reckon?
They'll all play. They'll all play 2 games.
Yeah, I suppose. You can't send him into the Sunday with nothing, I guess.
No,
well, it depends. It depends how the Friday goes.
I think that's a losing strategy. You're giving up a point on Sunday. You just can't afford to.
You probably don't send the best message to the poor bugger you're
after
dropping.
No, you don't. And like, Europe is all about the team, and they have to. Like, they got, and McIntyre was playing Sting 2 years ago as the run up to Italy, and they still managed to get 2 halves out of him, and he won his singles. So, like, they have the formula to do it. And
I suppose you have to give Fitzpatrick the chance to fucking right the
and
wrongs.
You can't be talking about this is all about a team if you don't play every player. So, that definitely won't happen.
I presume you stick Hovland and Aberg together, the Scandinavian.
Well, they did very well the last time, but it's course specific. I think you could see all new parents this time around. Like, the course in Italy was very, very quirky, is what I'd say. So they pick fellas to complement each other. They'll do the same in Betbedge. It's a bomber's paradise. It's going to be the big hitters.
Yeah.
It'll depend on. I heard McGinley talking about when he was captain, and he said there was 4 of the par 5s were all on odd holes, I think it was, right? So he knew he wanted his longer hitter hitting the tee shot on all of the odd holes, because that were the par 5s then you can get there and choose. So all of those things will be looked at.
Yeah. I know, sure, the data, sure, they'll go through fucking everything with
the first and the 18th in Rome were both doglegs left, so you needed someone who could hit a draw, or a lefty who was hitting a cut. So they had their fellas hitting the draws on 1 and on 18, like, do you know what I mean? So they had that worked out, like. So it'll be interesting to see.
It's going to be classic.
Not the greatest golf course, but it should be an unreal atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's I suppose I think it could boil down to it. Can Europe handle the abuse? And if they can,
that's why the home team has been dominant. Like, it's all down to the
not since the miracle at Medina, Doc.
Not since Medina,
and you know. They don't call it the miracle for nothing.
No, but sure, Brookline was the same. Like, they were both 10. Europe were 10-6 down in Medina. The Yanks were 10-6 down in Brookline. Yeah. So, but I can't wait. I think it's going to be a cracker. I think there's going to be some unreal aggro with the crowd, with the players. They're going to be bitchy. They're going to be fucking aggressive. As aggressive as golf can get now, but it's going to be.
As a fella, I was watching some of it there today, or listening to some of it today, and lads are just trying to put into perspective, like, that you're standing there for 3 to 4 days now. You'll be getting 8 hours. Well, obviously for the 3 days of the Ryder Cup, but those lads will be there. You know, did they fly over in private jet? Was it after the last one? They're staying out there. Yeah. which is a great idea actually. But they're saying like for 3 days you'll have 8 hours of abuse non-stop, and it's like, how long can you take it before you finally fucking snap? Now, as you say, you go out and you fucking hockey the US the first day. Do the fans still have it in them to fucking hurl that abuse, or do they actually, as you say, almost start pulling the piss out of their own team because it's becoming a bit of a joke?
The New York crowd will turn if you can, but I think this could be really close.
Oh, I think this could be the first one in a long time that
That
may go down
actually
to one of
comes
the
down
last
to
two
one
singles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I that's my thought process. Now, if Europe got on top early, they could go on and steamroll it. If
Same
the
as
Yanks
the
get
US,
on top early, they could go on and steamroll it. But I'm really hoping that this is a close 15-13, kind of
A proper battle, yeah.
a proper
Where
battle.
the Sunday last 4 or 5 matches actually fucking matter.
Actually matter.
Yeah.
And that you're watching it and you're on the edge of your seat and that you
Yeah.
can't, like, it's the most gripping television of the year.
Oh, it's
It's nothing beats it.
a good Ryder Cup. There's nothing like
No.
it. There is nothing like it.
So I'm really looking forward to it now. I have
Yeah,
to
we
say.
will definitely be doing a live watch along, but
we'll probably do that Friday evening.
We'll probably
maybe
do the
about
even,
7 or
the
8
even
o'clock.
sessions on Friday. We'll see how it goes for the Saturday, and we'll do Friday and Sunday anyway. And we'll see how we go. But so I think that's pretty much the Ryder Cup covered. Before we call it a day, Doc, I wanted to touch on some of the athletics. I think it would be absolutely daft of us not to mention the unbelievable achievements of some of the athletes from Ireland in Tokyo.
Yeah, look, we don't get. Who have you gone with first?
Mr. McPhillips with an absolute.
This guy did everything bar win a medal. He won his heat, he won his semi-final, and he took a second, or damn close to a second, off the Irish record in the final to finish
His
fourth.
semi-final was unbelievable.
Yeah, but even the
Even the
ground
final,
he made
yeah.
up in the final, and he looked stronger at the finish than some of the other athletes. I think there's more in this guy to run 142 odd.
Well, to hear
A
him talk,
world-class performance.
just to hear him talk
World-class
afterwards,
performance.
and you could see, like, some people be genuinely upset when they just miss out in the middle, but you could see the anger in this lad is in. He was pissed off because he knows he has it,
Yeah,
which
but
is
but
great.
he still ran. He took a second off his national record.
No, but
Like,
it's unreal what he did.
That's
unreal.
that's phenomenal. That's a level of running that you just have to.
Oh, we don't see it in
No,
Ireland.
you don't. And there are other athletes that are going well, and I won't mention names because there's too many of them. But you've Sarah Healy, and you've got Adelecki, and you've got 400-meter runners, and it's really on the up. And you have people who are consistently now getting to semi-finals and finals, and now we have a medal as well, a track and field medal for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic to see the improvement in athletics. There has been investment there. It's obviously paying off. And no, as much as the boxing and the swimming and winning medals at major championships and Olympics is important, track and field is the hub of it. Like
it's the showbiz part.
The
of fucking,
showbiz. It's the bit that
athletics,
gets
yeah.
all the attention, and it's when you think of athletics, that's the first thing you think of. And it would be fantastic to have another Sonia or another Derval O'Rourke or another and more world class athletes to be able to follow going into the World Championships, European Championships, and the Olympics.
Watching Keane McPhillips there, if that race had gone on another 10 metres, he's definitely catching one of them, if not two of them, because he was motoring.
And he'd beaten by the three Olympic medal holders.
You're like, Christ above, if that doesn't tell you
like
how
he's
good you are.
at that level.
Yeah.
And like he has these few years now until the next Olympics. He's the right age. If he continues to improve and touch wood, gets lucky with injuries, with the help of God, he'll be right there in medal contention. But I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes from here. I think there's more in him. I think there's another second to come off that time, if I'm honest.
And and let's hope it's up and up from here. So we move from one man who broke records and won the hearts of a nation to a lady that went out and absolutely just
the
unbelievable
improvement in
heptathlon
Kate O'Connor
performance.
in her heptathlon performances in the last 18 months. Like, she's gone from winning medals at World Juniors to winning a medal at the European Championships to now winning a medal on the world stage, a silver medal. Yeah. She had 5 PBs
outrageous
in her 7 events.
Yeah, outrageous.
She threw a national record in the javelin.
Yeah.
A national record. And it's only one of 7 events that she preps for.
Yeah, and picked up a knee injury and still managed to go out.
I just couldn't get over the level of consistency, the level of performance.
There's obviously a level of fight in this woman that's
and
just
every time I've listened to her interviewed after the last couple of games, the European Championships and was the indoors or something like that as well, she comes across so well. She comes across so driven.
Brilliant, yeah.
To produce 5 PBs out of 7 events, it's a phenomenal level of achievement.
It must
phenomenal, and she's still only 21, 22 years of age.
It must be almost unheard of to go out and do 5 PBs in a heptathlon. Like, I'd love to know if it's happened before.
How many heptathletes run or throw national records?
Yeah.
In the event they're in. Not sure it's happened. I think Jessica Ennis might have done it in an 800 or something, but it does happen. But it's so rare. And like, all right, she was a little bit off gold, but once the high jump finished and once the javelin finished, she was almost guaranteed silver. And then she runs really well in the 800, which wouldn't be her best event.
But she's doing this with a knee injury too, remember?
Just phenomenal.
They were saying
she's
her long jump
bang
is
there,
like I think she's increased her distance massively in the last year alone, just in the long jump, like.
PB in the high jump, national record in the javelin. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And
that's brilliant. And
I'm really looking forward to watching her at major championships.
I hope to God she comes back
years.
and has the time of her life, because she's earned it for sure. And I was watching footage of her athletics club and the reaction. It was class. Great to see her primary school and the whole lot. And
Ireland needs a new set of heroes in terms of athletics, but ones that are on the world stage. Like Sonia was a world class athlete.
Yeah, and what's been great about looking at the likes of Kee McPhillips and Kate O'Connor this week is just how almost laid back door after going, I know I can get better, and it's just going, Jesus.
Yeah, and it reminds me,
there's a steeliness and it's not even remotely arrogance. There's a confidence there, and that they know that they have it in them now, because they've experienced what it takes to win, and now they know.
And once you see someone in your event getting over the line, breaking that barrier, winning that medal, that'll spread throughout the camp. That will open, that they won't feel that barrier is there for winning medals at top championships. And you go back, like we had it when we were younger, Eamon Coughlin, John Tracy, Sonia Sullivan, Dervla O'Rourke, like proper world-class athletes winning medals at world championships, at European, at Olympics, at Europeans on a consistent basis.
Or just going out expecting to win, like, do you know what I mean?
Or expecting to perform.
To be on that level.
Being disappointed when they don't perform.
Look, it's unreal.
And like Sonia probably got unlucky in terms of Olympics, and she did it at world championship level, but all right, she got her silver, but she deserves so much more than that. Like, she was truly a world class
when you
athlete.
think about it, like 4 years, everything has to come right on the day. At the Olympics, you may not have been feeling well, you may have an injury, and it's just timing. And sometimes it goes your way, and sometimes there's no hiding.
But that's why you need so many bullets in the gun. That it's not just one that you're that you're hoping for. That if you're going into championships with 5, 6, 7, 8 medal hopes, law of averages, you're going to get 1 or 2 of them over the line. And it might be the one you expect. But isn't it great to think that we might have 3, 4, 5, 6 Olympic finalists in next time round? Like, you'll have Kate O'Connor, you'll have McPhillips, you'll have Healy, you'll have Adelecki, and more. And there are others. They're only the ones that spring to mind right now. But there is a barrage of talent there, and there's real chances of medals at the athletics portion of these major events. And it's not
men in the horse shirt for the Olympics
and
as well.
It's not swimming. It's not the more niche sports. It's on the biggest stage in track and field, and that's proper athletics, and it's great to see. Long may it continue.
Brilliant, and I hope she enjoys the next few days, because
she deserves everything that's coming to her.
She's earned it for sure. Sky's the limit for that lady.
Or she could be an Olympic champion. She's at that level.
Definitely competing anyway, definitely competing for a medal. I'm just saying.
But she has the ability to go
for
all
sure.
the way.
Yeah.
Because
amazing.
With that event, you get better as you get older. Because there's so many disciplines to to try and improve yourself at. The experience means a huge
Well,
amount.
the technique you can pick up as you go along. Yeah. And then I suppose they'll experiment with different coaches and whatnot and probably pick up bits here and there. But so I think that probably brings us to the end for our Monday
Did you tell
club.
me you met a man during the week? Did you do a good story off of?
Oh, yeah, one of the...
I've been waiting to hear this story.
Oh, yeah, actually, it's true. He's been waiting for me to tell him. I told one of the boys,
You wouldn't tell me until we were on camera.
One of our mates, he was up at his home place, which they have a farm, a small farm, and there's a shed out the back. So there was a lad above helping him do a bit of work around the farm. They were clearing off a bit of stuff or whatever. So they were bringing a few bits back to the shed. So your man pops into the shed. He comes out fairly soon after. Goes, Jesus, he says, you want to watch out there? I think there's a hive of wasps or something there. So up goes Tom, straight in. He goes, fucking wasps, whatever, what wasps? He says, in he goes anyway. He's inside in the shed. Next thing, bang, gets one in the fucking under the armpit. And he goes, fucking hell. Turns around, going, fucking wasp, and he pushes him away. Next thing, bang, right in the fucking ear. Gets another one. He's like, what the bang, one in the leg. He's right, that's it, I'm gone. He's running out the door of the shed, bang, in the back of the shoulder. Gets another one. He's tearing out him going, you fucking bastards, I'm fucking destroyed. 5 stings. And he comes out here and he's like, Jesus Christ. So he closes up the shed, there's wasps everywhere. He gets out of there and he limps off with his 5 stings. And he says the ear was fucking throbbing. And one under the armpit then, just to make it right interesting. So it was getting a bit kind of unbearable, the old sting. He says, I'm actually going to go into the chemist and get something for this because it's fucking hurting.
Just that wouldn't be like him.
Yeah, into the chemist anyway. And next thing he says, I'm after getting stung by a bunch of wasps. He says, I need something for the wasp stings. So this lady was working there. She goes around to try and find the pharmacist. And she goes, I have a lad out here who's after getting a bee sting. It was a wasp, he said. It was a fucking wasp. Everyone's like, oh, right. So she talking away again. Next thing, the pharmacist pipes up, something for a bee sting. Is like, it was a fucking wasp, he said. He maintained that a bee sting was something that no one should be fucking afraid of, but a wasp was fucking serious. Way worse. So he's inside roaring, I need something for wasp stings, that fucking bee stings. Like, oh, you fucking pathetic fucker. But anyway, I the image of him running out the door screaming and fucking wasp.
That's in my head is My Girl. Do you remember?
Yeah, speaking of happy endings. But yeah, that was poor old Tom. Got absolutely fucking riddled there during the week. I'd love to have seen it. I'd say it's the first time the man's run in 15 years.
It's a pity we don't have that in camera.
Yeah. But
You'd have been full-on sprinting that time. It happened the old years ago. Never tell you that, no.
What, attacked by fucking bees or wasps?
Back in the day, no, I'm talking early 80s now. He was on the road doing salesman. Like.
Yeah.
So he was coming down from Dublin anyway and got fucking caught short, like, somewhere around the Curragh. So I
already like this story.
In anyway over a ditch. And the trousers down around the ankles. And a swarm of bees came after him.
He's going to love you telling this story. Fuck off. But he's fucking in the middle of
and he tried to pull the trousers up and run back to the car at the same time.
And the hole stuck at it. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, that I'd have paid to see. That I would have paid to see. Yeah, I think on that note, on that bum note.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will definitely be back for Ryder Cup next weekend. For anyone who happened to watch, we'd love to get comments in. We'd love to hear what you disagree with or agree with, or what your opinions are, anything we've discussed this evening. This is Great Mates Sports Monday Club. We do live watch-alongs as well. We'll put those out in our socials as to what we're going to do. But if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment, liking and subscribing, we'd really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. It's been we didn't think we'd a whole lot to talk about, but we've been waffling on here for a while, so it's actually turned out to be quite interesting.
At least I'm cured anyway, so that's the main thing.
Well, sure, that's what it's all about. So I think until the next one, anything you want to add, Shane?
No, see you soon.
Thanks, we'll talk to you soon. Take care, folks.